And you think I'm sexy, then come on into the Hassle Castle right here, brought to you by Done Right Satellite Dish. And this is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170. We got my girl in the house.
Bomb Diggity Bomb Bomb. Hi.
L-Bomb.
How are you?
J-Bird.
Why do I have to
Surge
move
is out
over?
there. I don't know, so they can see you on the camera.
Why wouldn't you have it just straight up on that camera right there?
That makes sense.
And then when Rosso comes in the second hour, I can move over and you can do the picture-in-picture. But
RG's so smart.
you give me directions already before
You guys argue about this almost every time.
Yeah,
Really? Well, he's got a good eye. I'm not gonna lie. Like even yesterday, let's just say at Pints, not let's just say this isn't hypothetical, but I made the poster board for an NCAA and a Big Ten basketball thing. Let's just leave it
Okay.
at that. And then he said, hang it up, and I said, you know what? You have a better eye for this. How about I leave it there for you and do it later?
Right.
It looks better now.
I like it. Do
See,
you hang
he
all the
does-
pictures in your house and stuff too?
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
Do you have OCD?
Yeah, a little bit.
They have to match. They have to
Yeah.
mirror each other.
Hold on a second. Did you look in the eye and lie? You said
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Just
let
love
Amy
that.
pick even like any colors out. No.
That's me. But I'm super obsessed about everything
Yeah.
has to be even or it's wrong.
See, what she doesn't remember is I remember what the colors in her house were before we got married.
Yeah, were they drab?
No, she had nice colors, but she likes to do a lot of different colors.
I like colors, but they have to be equal and they have to be they have to be on the wheel. They have to complement each other, not contrast each other.
I just can't have like,
No Willy Wonka Funhouse for you?
no blues. Not a big blue.
I don't like blue. My daughter's room is blue and I hate it. It looks like toothpaste.
Yeah, it just depends on the blue. Like I can accent blue, but walls can't necessarily be blue.
Same. I agree. Neutral walls and then you accent with throw pillows or things like that.
Yeah. No, I did a bathroom in this really like dark blue type color, almost like
Like a midnight blue.
Yeah, some of the, and that turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the dark
but,
colors.
But I can do that. But
Jay
Like a
is so
navy
not
blue.
No,
Yeah,
darker, maybe even a little
than this
darker.
even.
That's I like the different colors because then when someone's in the house and they're like, "Where are you?" You're like, "I'm in the navy room," and they're like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Well, yeah, I mean,
okay.
I could go with navy, but I can't have like a bright blue room or a light blue
That's
room.
my daughter's room, but she got to pick it.
I can't do that.
Self-expression. It's
No,
that age,
yeah,
you know?
my daughter is never going to know what it's like to pick a color.
No, I see. I gave in.
At least down on a wall.
It's blue. Everything's blue, and then she's got her own bathroom, and it's blue too. And everything's blue, and it's toothpaste. It's like living in a Colgate tube. It's terrible. She likes it though, so whatever. She's got clouds, and looks like the sky.
I don't know. Maybe I'll break down for her. Eventually.
You will. You'll give in. Trust me. Our daughters are our soft spot.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you for listening on ESPN 1170 AM and listening on the app that you can download from your Google Play Store, your App Store, and also on your computer at ESPN1170am.com. Click the upper right-hand corner, listen now. And you can leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Serge is out there monitoring the Stat Cat's out there monitoring the chat. And, we were gone yesterday. Originally, I was scheduled to go up to Des Moines, cover the state duels. And
How'd that go?
I didn't go.
What?
I had other things came up. And instead, I took a mental health day.
Nice. Good.
And
good,
it was well worth it.
Good for you.
So, got some things taken care of that I needed to, housekeeping type of things, and even though we were off on Monday, that the kids were off of school,
Right.
So we were still doing things.
Can't
around
get
the
your
house.
mental out with those little
No.
boogers running around.
Tell me
No.
about it.
I'll tell you
But,
what, man. I Monday, I was driven to the edge.
Yeah, that was like the 8th day off in a row. These kids never go to school.
I was driven to the edge, man. By
President's Day.
by
What?
a young kid,
Yeah,
by a very little girl that I love with all my heart.
yeah.
They'll
I
push
told
you.
her.
They'll push you.
I said, Hazel, Daddy sure does love you.
But get out of my face.
The beauty of the kids
Yes.
is always when they fall asleep, then they're like that precious,
and they're
that precious
angelic.
thing never did anything wrong. All
Like
day
a little
long.
cherub.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
And
she
their
just,
cheeks are all rosy.
There are plenty of times during the day when I'm like, are we sure we're not allowed to hit them? Plenty of times. But then when they're asleep, I'm like, oh, man.
There's times when like she just comes out of nowhere and jumps on me like Jimmy Snuka style.
Yeah, they do that.
I'm
Keep it
taking
going.
some knees to the head, the groin.
You have a little boy, and I'm a girl, obviously. I'm his mother, but he will karate chop me and be like, yo, just like I'm one of the boys,
Yeah, easy.
Unexpected.
Just she must think she doesn't care yet. She karate
Your
chops.
dad, you're invincible. They
She
don't
likes to
see you
play
guys.
Fight. Oh, by the way, she does impersonations now.
Oh, nice.
So
Can we
if
have
you, if
her
you
on to
follow
do
Amy
them?
on Snapchat, she did a impersonation of Daddy.
Oh, I have to see this.
She do her daddy voice. Hi, I'm Daddy. She thinks it's so funny.
It is funny.
That's adorable.
Good. Some things that we missed yesterday. Drew Brees is coming back to the New Orleans Saints.
Good for him.
Good for him is right. He'll be 41, I believe. Yes. John Bayline's out as the Cleveland Cavaliers coach. That lasted just 54 games. He was 14-40, and in last place in the Eastern Conference. He signed a 5-year deal worth over $4 million per season. Last year he spent the previous 12 years as the coach at the University of Michigan. By all reports, this was a bad whole mix-up from jump. The players in the Cavaliers just didn't like him, didn't believe in his philosophy. Several key players, including Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, tried to get out of Cleveland this season. J.B. Bickerstaff has been promoted to the head coach of Cleveland. We've mentioned plenty of times, and tomorrow we'll have Tyson Blazer on, who coaches in the New York Yankees farm system. We'll have plenty to talk to him about what's been going on with the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, we're going to talk about possible playoff changes in 2022. We're going to talk about the Astros problem, everything like that. So a lot going on, but, LeBron decided to weigh in on what was going on, and
Yeah, I saw that on the Twitter.
and what Commissioner Rob Manfred and how he, he took his lumps by saying that it was he called the Commissioner's Trophy just a piece of metal. Then, of course, he came out and said, hey, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. It just gets worse and worse. And then, you saw that on Twitter. LeBron said, listen, I know I don't play baseball, but I am in sports, and I know if someone cheated me out of winning the title and I found out about it, I would be effing irate.
Ooh, I think he swore.
What's Effin stand for?
Friggin'.
Oh, okay.
First rate. Yeah. I mean, like, uncontrollable about what I could do. Exclamation point.
Oh.
Listen here, baseball commissioner. Listen to your players speaking today about how disgusted, mad, hurt, broken, etc., about this. Literally, the ball is in your court, or should I say field. And you need to fix this for the sake of sports. Hashtag just my thoughts coming from a sports junkie, regardless my own sport I play.
All right.
Why all of a sudden, if you just read that and you told me to guess who wrote that, why would I guess that was O.J. Simpson?
Oh, he did well.
Because it was threatening?
I don't know.
No, because
It's a ramble.
it's a ramble of
It's the listen here. That's the
so
thing.
listen here, and I'm
The
just
listen
saying.
here, baseball commissioner.
Listen here.
It's like, yeah.
Baseball commissioner.
Yeah.
He's got a
Didn't even call him by
stogie
his
on the side of his
name.
mouth.
Yeah, and I'm just
Listen
saying.
here.
So,
You copper.
I mean, are we worried one day that LeBron's going to lop somebody's head off? I mean, is he going to go all OJ? Is he gonna be all this? You never know, dude.
He loves himself too much to ever put himself in a position.
Careful who you hold in high regards. I don't like LeBron.
I don't
I'm
either.
sorry.
I don't either. That ego is. I can't believe it fits through the door with the.
We
Listen
mentioned
here,
it.
baseball.
Yeah.
Listen here,
to your-
baseball commissioner.
Who is he lecturing?
Listen here, copper.
Dude, he just blew the Chinese government 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, dirty. What the things they do to their citizens, the nasty Chinese government, and you're lecturing the
Yes.
baseball commissioner.
I didn't see
Who,
this on-
granted, the baseball commissioner
Hold on a
is a
second.
ding dong.
I didn't see this on Twitter, but it is via Twitter. It was on Twitter.
I saw it
did
on
he?
Twitter.
Did he like screen snap something he wrote? That's a lot of characters to make it in 160. Good for him. If he
I
did
think
that.
he did a tour.
Oh, did
I think
he?
it was a 2-liner. I had to go find
Because
it.
he couldn't shorten listen here, baseball commissioner, to just. Hey,
Why is he
Manfred.
commenting on baseball at all?
Hey, because he can. Because once he did,
Yeah.
because he said something once, somebody came out and said, "Hey, just shut up and play basketball," and everybody lost their mind.
Let's call the Chinese consulate and order some
Well,
poo-poo
do your
chicken.
job. I mean, how many times has our employer said, you know what, shut up and do your job? Mm-hmm. So
But
I
that's
get.
not his employer, though. He doesn't even.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not. But he's got an opinion about everything. Is my point. And it's okay to have an opinion, but sometimes you just keep it to yourself or just don't put it out in the world.
What's just convenient is an opinion about this, but he doesn't have an opinion about the oppression of the Chinese communist,
Didn't he say if they
socialist
play?
communist government? Hi, Bernie Sanders.
Do you think he knows that though? I mean,
Oh
he's
yeah,
not
he
the
knows.
brightest.
You gotta be.
I know.
Choose my words here correctly. So I don't
Yeah,
get in
you got to
trouble.
use your words correctly.
You got to be the biggest damn idiot on the planet to not understand what the Chinese government.
I don't think he understands government policies
or you've been
politics
imprisoned in
general.
the Chinese government your entire life.
Yeah.
There's two things. They've kept you and held you and fed you their line of crap your entire life, or you're as dumb as LeBron James.
Yeah. I can't dispute
I
that.
don't know. Look, whatever.
Didn't he say if they played the national anthem, he wasn't going to come in? Like he threw a big fit about that?
Our national anthem?
Yes.
Dude,
He said he didn't want it playing. He wasn't going to come in. He was mad and he threw something.
oh, good for him.
Very patriotic of him.
Yeah, I was glad.
I feel like these people are entitled and they don't know that they got everything that they have from the country that they live in, and they bash it.
And their AAUs and all their little,
Everything. Like quit. They sound like spoiled little brats. Appreciate.
That's why I don't like Chinba. That's China NBA. Get it?
I like it. I see what you did there. It's clever. It's very clever.
of me.
Yeah. It's on a little witty.
We also mentioned that the over-under has been set for the Astros at 83.5 to be intentionally hit in the 2020 season. It would be a spike from the 41 times Astro hitters who were plunked last season's and the 2019 MLB average of 66. But there are players, like many players have said that there should, that are not happy. And another one came out. Markakis said that every Astros player needs a beating. So we're getting into it's spring training. The pitchers and catchers have reported.
You see Rizzo and Bryant hanging out together, almost holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
I know you like Rizzo.
Oh yes, isn't he adorable?
Yeah, the two.
I
of them
love
are
him.
great.
My dog is named after him.
I can't imagine those two not being Cubs. And it just doesn't.
I know it's weird.
Those two and Javi, that's it. They have to be Cubs forever.
And Schwarbs.
I don't mind. Yeah, Schwarbs can go.
Yeah, but I thought the same thing about Gracie. So it happens.
Oh, maybe down the line when they're old. But these guys are too young.
Yeah.
I would say those two and Javi are the base of that franchise. And
And
Wilson Contreras is really close too.
In 2008, Cleveland Indians batters were hit 103 times, the most in the modern era.
Wow.
Cleveland Indians batters were hit. Really?
103 times. Like I said, the average was 66 last year.
They've got it out for the Cleveland.
Then they did.
Well, I'm going to say
Dang.
over on Houston.
I first said no, but yes, I think that it's going to be higher.
What if they just go at him with a bunch of curveballs? So they get in trouble for that? You can get hit with a curveball. It don't matter. Oh, got away from me. That you can explain. You know what I'm saying? Fastball getting away from me is a little bit different than a curve.
A little bit.
Plus, a curveball's only coming in about 80.
Iowa plays host to Ohio State tonight. 6:01 tip-off. That'll be at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Wore my Hawkeye colors today.
Yeah.
Ohio State is 17-8 on the year, 7-7 in Big Ten play. They're ranked number 25. The Hawkeyes are ranked number 20. They're 18-8 on the year, 9-6 in Big Ten play. Ohio State, although very good at home, 13-2, are 4-6 in games away from Columbus, including 2-5 in conference road games. They do average 3 starters in double figures. The Buckeyes rank first in the Big Ten in scoring defense. However, Iowa leads the Big Ten in scoring offense at 78.2 points per game. This will be only the third top 25 showdown between the two teams over the past 20 seasons. The other two coming in 2006, that was in Chicago, and the other one in 2014 played in Columbus. Luka Garza and Joe Wieskamp combined to average 38.6 points per game, which is the 5th best Division I scoring duo in the country. Iowa's 12-1 at home, winning its last 11 straight at Carver Hawkeye Arena since its only loss to DePaul, November 11th of last year. All the way last year.
All that way.
Yeah. So, All-American candidate Luka Garza is one of only 2 players nationally to average better than 23 points and 9 rebounds per game. He ranks first in the Big Ten in scoring, second in double-doubles, and 4th in rebounding. It's going to be a good game, going to be a lot of fun. So we'll have Rosso come in and talk about that after the break. Longer NFL season? Playoff expansion coming? You shake your head?
Does it need to be longer?
Stupid. They try to tell you that they want to help these players' health, and they're how is that helping anybody's?
Yeah.
They shorten the preseason?
We're going to make them play more.
Oh, guys over the preseason.
Oh, my God.
Did they? I mean, I'm knocking you, James. Just it's dumb. No. Boy.
Oh, boy. So we've got that to talk about. Browns offensive lineman Greg Robinson finds himself in just a little bit of trouble after being caught at the U.S.-Mexico border with 157 pounds of weed.
That's it?
Right when he said he got himself in a little bit of trouble, he said, is it drugs or did he beat the hell out of his girlfriend?
Border police reportedly found all that stuffed into duffel bags in Robinson's vehicle. They also found 23 mason jars, a can sealing machine, an electronic scale, and over $3,000 in cash.
Maybe he was going to make pickled tomatoes or something.
pickled pot. It
Pickled
was all
pot.
weed. That's what he had.
What are the mason
that's
jars
it.
for?
That's a lot of weed.
Yeah, it's a lot of weed. Greg Robinson was drafted by the Rams as the second overall pick in 2014 out of Auburn. Traded to the Lions for sixth round pick in 2017. Signed by the Browns in 2018. Started 22 games for Cleveland over the past 2 seasons.
So he's a bust.
Yes, he was due to be an unrestricted free agent in summer.
Why did he
and
do
the
that?
Browns, surprisingly, are going to let him walk.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So his career in the NFL is over, and he's probably going to jail for a little while.
He was traveling
It's
with
pot.
free agent wide receiver Quan Bray, and now both of them are facing some serious federal charges. Yeah.
Why would you try to drive across the border with pot?
Why do these NFL
That-
players who are making millions and millions of dollars risk it all for stupid stuff like this? Just keep your nose clean, man.
Just, yeah.
God, it's not that hard. I've never been arrested with 175 pounds of pot in my car, and I'm not making millions of dollars every year.
I'm not even trying to. I don't even know what 170 pounds of pot looks like.
No. I've seen it on Narcos.
I imagine. I mean, it's fairly light, so 170 pounds has to
Yeah.
be like a huge, like visually a huge amount. You know what I mean?
In duffel bags, yes.
Yeah. Where's he
Yeah.
going? Where was
Like,
he
that's
going?
gotta be-
He was on the border, Mexico, United States. I don't know, coming or
It's
going.
gonna be like
I have
20
to-
duffel bags.
Maybe it was for personal use.
Or going to the greatest party ever.
You never know.
Eh,
It's just pot, though.
I know it's not that.
It's so dumb that these people get life for
Caught
pot.
smuggling over 150 pounds of illegal drugs across a national border.
Oof.
I can't
Yeah, that's
see.
a big deal.
See, that's the part that
Was he
really-
coming or going? So being caught at the U.S.-Mexico border. Why does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
You don't take drugs into Mexico.
Well,
Normally,
Greg
Yeah,
Robinson,
yeah.
soon to be starring in The Longest Yard 3.
maybe he'll
Block-
get a
blocking
maybe
for-
he'll get a presidential pardon. You
Blocking
never
for
know.
Paul Crew. Who knows?
They're getting handed out like
2,000. 2,000 pardons.
He did.
Yes. But still not as many. Obama handed out more over his
Let's not
4
make
years.
this political.
It's not political, but I'm just saying that it's normal for them to give out these pardons. You don't hear about them until after the fact, and they've accumulated into a large number.
I didn't
So
think,
it seems
I only thought
more
it was like 26 pardons.
over the whole
That's-
entire presidency. Yeah, that was recently,
Oh.
26, I believe. And good for them. Pardon all these people with these life pot sentences and silly stuff. Get them out of there. We're just paying for them for. Can you imagine
I'm
if
not
you? would-
sure about Blagojevich. I'm sorry.
No, he's got to go.
I can't.
You
I don't understand that.
I don't. That
but
guy
okay.
doesn't look human to me.
Yeah, but hey, whatever.
Hey, whatever.
Well, he embezzled. That's a little different.
All right.
No, it was different. It wasn't embezzlement. It was different.
All right. Let's move on. Let's take a break, come back and see exactly what the NFL is planning on doing.
Well, I'm going to read
If they
this
can get this
ad.
collective bargaining agreement taken care of before the season starts.
My buddy Chopper has been wild on the T-Ray text thread, Jay. So I wanted to make
feel
sure.
my Apple Watch blowing up.
I know. I just got to remind everybody that they need to quit going to the social media sites telling T-Roy where to get his oil changed, where I'm going to get a tattoo because I'm not doing it, or where I'm going to grab some lunch because I might. You never know. But I will grab my Locals Lovers guide if I need to know these things because it has an easy to navigate table of contents bombs. Or you got a fancy smartphone, right?
Yeah, I do.
Just go to localslovers.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they rank the most popular places for you. young
That's
lady.
awesome.
Those are our friends and my boy Chopper at Locals Lovers. They are your guide to the best.
Nice.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
What are you doing for your 65th birthday, Sharon?
Oh, a cute little picnic with the grandbabies. I'm a bit worried, though. I really need to get enrolled in Medicare and buy a Medicare supplement plan. But there are so many supplement plans out there. It's so complicated.
Aw, don't worry. Health IQ helped me save 24% on a Medicare supplement plan, and it only took a few minutes.
You saved 24%? That's big savings. How'd Health IQ do it?
Their experts know that living a healthy lifestyle is associated with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So because I'm active, it just makes sense that I should pay less.
An insurance agency that rewards you for living a healthy lifestyle? That's a smart idea. I'm going to give them a call right now so I can focus on my big day.
To get your free quote, call 1-800-600-3590. That's 1-800-600-3590.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation. Coverage and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Have your car battery tested for free at Old Dog Tire and Performance. Plus, get an oil change for only $24.95. Up to 5 quarts of semi-synthetic blend oil, oil filter, 27-point inspection, and they top off all fluids. Or get a fully synthetic blend oil change with up to 5 quarts of oil for only $49.95. Old Dog does brakes, AC work, struts and suspensions, tune-ups, and alignments. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5. Old Dog Tire and Performance, Rockingham Road, Davenport. Service local, limited time offer.
The Will Kane Show.
There's one town where the marriage is perfect for the Chargers. They should move to St. Louis. What do you think the analogy is? Would this be like somebody's husband leaving them for another man? Some gold chain dude in Los Angeles, right? In order to get him back, St. Louis starts dating that dude's sister. How does that work? No, wait, I got my genders mixed up. Okay, let me do this right. St. Louis is a woman. Her husband left for another lady, and that L.A. Rockets brother is available, and St. Louis picks him up. The Rams and the Chargers.
Which one is the man?
Hold on, I'm sorting this out.
But the Rams are actually going back with their ex.
All right, let me start this over again.
Then they went back to their ex. They got remarried.
New and improved ex.
I can't do it.
Nailing the analogy.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Every day you use energy to power your life, to wake up, to stay connected.
Hi, this is John. Oh, hey.
To feed your loved ones.
Dinner!
You don't even have to think about it, because at MidAmerican Energy, we do. We work hard to bring you energy you can count on every day. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're MidAmerican Energy, and we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Can't leave the office during lunch? You can still listen to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on the ESPN 1170 app. Download it today and never miss a thing from the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Watching the highlights, Jay, from
Where are you?
From Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite.
Were you
Dish.
really watching Wheel of Fortune highlights?
Well, Z-Bar had snapped it.
Oh, okay.
That was just on last night. 2 chicks from Cedar Rapids were on.
Oh.
They didn't do very well. They got like the last thing, the last puzzle.
Good for them.
They won like $2,500.
Well, wanted to. What's the word I'm looking for? Wish everybody good luck to all the participants and the unwilling participants at the Martini Shake-Off tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to be doing it at home. I'm going to do martini. All my kids are going to make all of them, all 2 of them. We're going to do a martini contest.
Yeah?
Right, but only I get to drink the ones with alcohol.
Well, that makes sense.
So you guys are having a shake.
Lyric makes pickle martinis. That's her go-to after-school snack. She will literally take a martini glass or a wine glass, and she will put pickle juice in there, and she will make little garnishes with her pickles. Future bartender, future Martini Shake-Off winner.
There you go.
In there.
There you go.
She feels fancy.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
I'm not going to lie. I don't mind some hot pickle juice every once in a while.
Yeah, it's
just
good.
to sip on, yeah.
I just drink it out of the jar, though.
Add a little bit of...
I'm not fancy.
Add a little bit of something to it every once in a while.
Do you do?
Yeah.
What would you add to it?
Vodka.
Oh.
Vodka. That's
I'm
a
not
dirty
winning
martini
any
right
awards,
there.
Though. I'm not winning any awards. Though. But I did watch a couple shows last night. After later on, it's kids went to bed, and everyone was drinking a martini. I was like, man, I want a martini.
Oh.
I won an award.
Did you?
At that thing that we did at the we're Pints, Oscars, and Harringtons, and like I represented Pints, money did Harringtons.
You're still on the where you just
Surge did Oscars.
You bartended or whatever else for a little bit. Yeah.
Or no, money and Surge did Harringtons. Who did Oscars?
Don't make this about you. It's about the martini shake off.
Ben Severin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I won contests.
You want to know? Yeah, you bring home the hardware too.
I brought home the hardware.
Like for when I say willing and unwilling participants, because there's some. It's honestly, folks, it's a good time. Enjoy your time there. Be safe. But if someone runs out of something, don't give them a hard time. It's a lot of work for the bars to do this, by the way.
Oh, it's a huge amount.
I remember when we did it with Pines, and I was like, I never want to do that.
It's not unlimited amounts. That's the other thing too. It's not like you're paying your money for all you can drink. It's a benefit, by the way, for Have Life.
Right.
So let's keep that in mind.
Yes.
You know, that's the biggest thing. It is a fundraising benefit, and try to maintain some composure.
Yeah, it's not a frat party.
And I think they do still sell beer and stuff.
Yeah. Bars
so
set up.
there's stuff for you to go buy. So
Cash
just remember
bar?
while you're there. Yeah, there's a
cash bar.
I mean, and there's other things. Just 7G will be there. They have a table. They're not doing martinis, but they'll probably be doing.
Are they serving any coronavirus?
I don't know. I'm not
We're
going.
lucky.
I have no idea. I was gonna go, but then I said,
Yeah, we're gonna go too. But we got those tickets and we donated them to the needy.
Yep.
So that was good.
We do have 2 to give away if you want to on the air in the second hour.
Yeah, well, why don't we?
We'll come up with something then. We'll brainstorm this. Which,
yeah.
By the way, later, and which we might be able to brainstorm later if we have time. I was going to have a game. I didn't realize that Bomber was going to be bringing anything.
She's very smart.
She's the best.
Yeah.
I had this when I was cleaning this morning. I was like, you know what we should do? I should send a mass text to you guys and come up with a game. And not like to get intoxicated, but like a drinking game that everyone could do. But it would be like the form of like, and I don't know why it came across my head at like 6:30 in the morning or anything, but I thought about it.
A drinking game?
Yeah, and it was going to be like I never, but it was sports related.
All right.
I gotta take care of my fellas every once in a while.
Well, you remember when Marvin used to come in and bring us
Oh yeah,
stuff?
yeah. It's so much fun.
She's so much better than Marvin.
Hey, come be listen.
I'm sorry, Marvy, but
Oh, I feel bad for Marvin.
He did bring. He did bring some stuff though.
Oh, he would always bring booze.
Well, Coral always brings in stuff, so I was like,
but
it's my turn to
she's really paid to do that.
contribute. Yeah.
Well, let me see.
I mean, bless her heart. I love that what she's
yeah.
doing. I'm not.
She's the queen.
Yeah.
Queen Coral.
And
What are we
I know
doing?
we got to get. I know we got to get back into the NFL thing, and we got to keep it sports related before we get yelled at
By who?
by the LeBrons out of the world. Like just talk sports.
Right.
Well,
But
So
we do-
angry.
You know what?
I'll tell him where to go.
We still are under the umbrella of Town Square Radio, and we should, because Town Square is a sponsor of the Have Life Martini Shake Up.
They
we
are.
We should let everybody know who's out there, who's participating. Okay.
Yes.
So we have a list of the bars participating.
I've got it for you.
Lay it on me.
7G Distributing, by the way, sponsor the show. Azteca, Bartinis,
Not sure where that's at.
Bix Bistro and Lounge,
Know where
Black
that's
Hawk
at.
Bowl,
Okay.
Duck City Bistro,
Got that.
Embers of the Phoenix,
Okay.
Foundry Food and Tap,
I know that. Michael DeWitt.
Front Street Brewery.
Oh, is our
Front Street
sponsor
Friday.
of the show?
That's right. Granite City Food and Brewery.
Yep. Very
Icons Martini,
Very familiar.
the J Bar,
Very familiar.
Jumer's Casino and Hotel,
Okay.
Max Tavern,
All right.
Old Chicago,
Gotcha.
Pub 225,
Okay. I'm not sure where that is.
The Ridge,
Yep.
River Room,
River Room. Not sure about that one either.
Smoking Dog Pub,
Okay. Not
Stevington's,
sure. Okay, I got that.
Oh, I
Up
love
Sky Bar and
Stevington's.
Lounge.
I know where up is.
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5. I don't know where they're at.
All right.
225. You said Pub 225.
Yeah, Pub 225. I don't know.
Pub
Maybe
225.
Serge is at home. Maybe he can put that on the thread.
Or text it to the T-Roy thread.
Yeah, I don't.
What were the other ones that we didn't know? Pub 225. If someone out there knows where these are at.
I've never heard of it, to be honest, but I don't get out much, so.
Okay, well, we do know that there's going to be the original martini. Is that what it's called? Right?
Yeah, you have a
Classic.
classical.
Yeah, and then you have fruity.
fruity,
dessert, bartender's choice,
bartender's choice,
and then there's a people. All right.
and then people's choice.
No disrespect. People's is going to icons. No disrespect. We're going to leave it at that. Okay. Now, the thing that you can do from here is one of these bars that are brand new to this, somebody like the Ridge, will win. A brand new bar always wins one of the 4 every year. No disrespect to how this is working. Seriously, there's a formula to this.
Yeah.
Because you should be, if you're a new bar, and I'm surprised Oscars didn't get in, but yeah, I think you're well established. How's that?
We donated.
Okay, but you did. Yeah.
We donated. So Oscars, Pints, and Harrington's all donated a patio cake party.
But you've established the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
If you're new, you should be involved. If you're a new bar, you probably should be involved in this.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, it's a great thing to get involved with, and a lot of times it's more like, I talk to Mike from Have Life, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'll help out any way I can. But a lot of times it's about getting the bartender or bartenders that want to be a part of it, because it is a lot of work.
Right.
For
I
them.
never wanted to be a part of it. I remember when I was bartending, I'm like, no, thank you.
But
the idea is great until the day of, and you're like,
No.
oh, this is so much work.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's
pressure.
kind of thing. And so basically, I have at just about every bar we have, the bartenders have all done it at least once.
And some of them get a kick out of it. They love it.
And
They
some
live
of
for
them
it.
do it more than once.
No,
but I'm
thanks.
just saying, they've all done it at least once. So that way, and so that being said, that's why I at least donate something to the event, and
It's
help
good
out.
to do that, for sure.
Yeah, because it is a great event. Like I said, we've done a lot of stuff for Have Life at all 3 of the bar. Well, Harrington's not so much as in this capacity, but we've done guest bartending at Pints and at Oscars. Harrington's is a little smaller. Sometimes it's a little harder to pull that off there. But yeah, we do stuff.
You got that great patio, though.
Yeah, we do have that great patio. But we do try to do as much as we can throughout the year with Have Life as well. So
yeah.
And I got to participate in their golf outing for the first time last year. That was a blast. They had that at Crow Valley.
I want to go golfing.
Not tested. Don't know what any of their recipes are. I am not going tonight. I have no vote in this whatsoever. I'm going to give you the winners.
Oh, I know you'll get it.
Have Life Martini Shake Off.
I know you'll get it.
Are you ready?
All right.
I'm ready.
You're estimating. So this is like calling the shot at the Oscars. That's basically what you're doing. You're predicting the winners.
I'm
like
predicting
you
the
predict
winner
Oscars.
right now.
Okay.
All right. So who do you got for classical?
Max.
Okay.
I looked at the list. I felt it out. I feel strong about this. Max. Max
Well,
Tavern's going to win
good
original.
people down there.
Classic.
Gary
Okay?
and Sasha, good friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me the category.
Let's go fruity.
Foundry.
Okay.
Really?
Mr.
Yep.
DeWitt, congratulations.
Hey, yo, Mikey.
Even though Mike's not doing a damn
No,
thing.
you know he's not doing a damn thing.
He just said somebody to do it. Hey, you want to hear my Mike DeWitt impersonation?
I would love it.
Sounds like he's, hey, I'm Mike DeWitt. Go do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Classical fruity. What's the give me another category.
Dessert.
Dessert.
You ready?
Icons.
Yep.
No?
No.
Jumers. Jumers Casino and Hotel.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. And then BC, bartender's choice.
The choice. You get a pick out of 4. I can't pick, I can't choose out of these 4. Okay.
All right. So these are the 4 top runners for bartender's choice.
Yes. All right. It's going to be any one of these 4.
Okay.
You with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ridge.
Okay.
Bartinis.
Bartini?
Yeah.
Where is that at?
Hey, just keep going. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Focused.
Pub 225.
Okay.
And the River Room Lounge.
River Room.
That's at the Bend Hotel, I believe, in East Moline.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no wonder
One
we
of those
wouldn't
4.
know the name,
One of
because
those
we
4
call it
will
the
win
band.
Bartender's Choice.
I'm going to say the Ridge.
Okay. And then People's Choice Icons for
Well, they have martinis in their name,
the
so
11th year in a row.
we have to win something.
Huh.
That's my list.
All right. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
We will definitely find out. I feel strong about that.
We're going to have to see if we can handicap this. Somehow.
I think we should put our money where our mouths are.
Some money on it. Should we all have a bet?
He says I have a gambling problem. This guy gambles on everything.
I know.
You can put a,
Dude, he would bet on if a kid's going to eat a booger.
Yeah. Leah, over under on how many?
Hey, $50 just to smell kid eats. Smells kid eats a booger.
For classic, okay. Let me give you the 5 that are probably going to be up there for the classic. All right.
Okay.
And then you can
You
figure
already
out
got
from-
Max.
Yes. Bix Bistro will be up there in the classic.
Okay.
Duck City will be up there for the classic.
Okay.
Embers will be up there for the classic.
Okay.
Icons, obviously.
Yeah.
I already said Max. And I'll throw in Steventons.
I love Stevingtons.
Do I have 5 or 6 there?
That's 6, but that's
That's
whatever.
fine. That's the rest of the field.
Okay.
You can handicap it from there.
We gotta get back out there. That place was so yum.
I tell you,
But that's classic, and then the rest of them, I mean.
Did I tell you
can
where
go
I
from
had
there.
lunch for Valentine's Day?
No, you took the day off though. I remember.
I did take the day off. I took Amy to Half Nelson.
How is that? Where is that?
It's downtown,
Okay.
right on just off the corner of 2nd and Iowa.
Is that like the hotel?
No. It's kind of
Oh,
kitty
I
corner.
think downtown
It's-
Moline
it's
because
like-
I'm from Moline.
Yeah, downtown
So you're
Davenport.
okay.
It's right across the street from Paradigm.
Okay.
And where the old Great River Brewery was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right across from there.
How was it?
It was outstanding.
Was it?
Met the owner.
Was
really
it
great
pricey?
guy. I thought the prices were great.
Reasonable. Let's get over there too.
We were pounding down some prosecco.
Ooh, prosecco.
By the glass too. We didn't even go bottle. We were.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were big spenders.
Wow, it was
they
good.
want to see you back.
I thought it was great.
What'd you get?
I did the Nashville chicken mac and cheese. It was very good. So,
That's some soul food right there.
Yeah, it was good. Very good. And then we both did a dessert.
Do they
It was
do
good.
fancy stuff though? Like, do they have duck?
They do a lot of fancy stuff.
Lamb.
Yeah, I can't remember the menu, so you're pressing
I'm
me.
gonna have to
So I
Google
don't
it.
want to. I don't want to say what they do and don't have, but they do. It is a very. It's a chef inspired menu.
Okay, I'll dig
So,
it then.
yeah.
I gotta go check that out.
Speaking of food, we gotta look into this.
Remember when people used to bring us food to eat on air all the
Yeah.
time? Not just sponsors.
Next Tuesday, next Tuesday, 5 to 8.
And I'd rate it. That was good.
Cajun Cook-Off.
Ooh.
Brings the taste of New Orleans to the Quad Cities on Fat Tuesday. The Quad City area chefs will be stationed around the event center at Rhythm City Casino, where they will cook Cajun-inspired dishes for guests to sample and vote for their favorite. Maybe we can talk to our friend Jake. Maybe we can get some tickets to give away for that.
That would be fun.
I'd like to go to that.
I'd like to eat there. I'd like to be one of the judges.
Yeah. Cajun Cook-Off.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Nom, nom,
that
nom.
sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Do you like Cajun food?
Yeah.
You ever
Spicier
had
the better.
crawfish?
Yeah.
Crawfish
you ever
is
sucked
so
the head out of a
good.
crawfish?
Absolutely, I
Heck
have.
yeah.
It's trippy.
What's the weirdest thing you guys have ever eaten?
Monkey on a stick?
No.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Like monkey? Like could you?
Yeah, in the Philippines.
Oh.
He wins.
Tastes like chicken.
He wins.
It's good.
I've eaten some weird stuff, but I've never eaten a monkey. That makes me sad. They're so cute.
Delicious.
Oh my god.
And see, no.
Aren't they like one chromosome away from us? That's
No,
just
no.
I mean, the hair wasn't on there or anything. It wasn't like you eating bat
Well,
soup.
Like the bat soup.
We've all eaten some sort of pig, so let's switch to the pig
We've
skin.
all put weird stuff in our mouth. Pork rinds? Oh, pigs. I go to food. He goes to football.
I go to sex. She said it. I didn't say it. I just laughed.
The NFL and the NFLPA have informally agreed to restructure the postseason and add a 7th team from each conference for a total of 14. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports.
All right. Well, what?
Why this matters? If finalized, it's part of the NFL's new collective bargaining agreement. This format would mark the first playoff expansion since 1990, when the league went from 10 to 12 teams. The proposal would eliminate the first-round bye for the number 2 seeds, so the playoff structure would look like this: 6 wildcard games, up from 4, 4 divisional round games, 2 conference championships, and Super Bowl. So, that's that would be the agreement. Also, that it would take away, it would lessen the. There would be a 3-game preseason. There would be a 17-game regular season. I already said that 7 teams from each conference would be making the playoffs, and the number one gets the only bye. So,
okay.
The current CBA expires after the 2020 season, which officially begins March 18th. If a new agreement is reached before then, this expansion could go into effect immediately. T-Roy, your initial response did not look like it was very excited about this.
I'm not.
Why not?
There's nothing wrong with the playoff format the way it is.
Yeah, I don't like change
There's
either.
nothing wrong with the schedule the way it is.
I don't like change.
I don't.
Here's the deal, and I'll use an analogy of cars, if you will. So years ago, the BMW was lauded as the finest automobile in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it held that prestigious thing for so long, right?
Okay.
But the problem now that you hear with BMWs, if you talk to people, and, recently I was looking for a car, so you find out a lot of things.
Yeah.
Is the problem with BMW is they're trying to outdo themselves. Like, they had perfection, and they didn't stop with that.
Yeah.
They keep trying to innovate everything. And now some of the innovations
Are faulty because they're trying to go too big.
Correct.
I got you. But Mercedes does the same thing. I mean, they all do that.
But I'm saying, and here we have the NFL. I think we have perfection.
I see what you're saying.
And now you're trying to tweak it so much.
Agreed.
To make it even better that you're going to mess it up.
Right.
And not that there's anything wrong with a BMW or a Mercedes. I mean, they're still great vehicles.
I know what you're saying.
But you know what I'm saying? If they've tweaked something enough, then all of a sudden, he has some problems with that. And if you ever have a break, for example, that's a $600 tool to fix a $400 part.
Yep. It's overseas.
Just weird things. Right?
Yeah, no, I get it. And everybody's American is the way that it is because we don't like to change. What is the word? Tradition. Tradition is
tradition is fun. Tradition makes sense.
It's celebrated, and you can pass it down, and you teach, and then everything's changing. I don't know. I just got to learn football. I just now understand it as much as I do. Now they're going to change it.
What are the 72 Dolphins going to celebrate, Jay?
Jay?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Well, the 16-game season it becomes a 17-game season.
Yeah, but they were 13-0.
Oh, they just went undefeated.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, they're just undefeated. Looking back, here are the teams from the last 10 years that missed the postseason as the number 7 seed would have made the playoffs under the proposed format. 3 times the Steelers would have made the playoffs.
How many times did my Cowboys have?
Steelers would have made it 4 times in the last decade as the 7 seed. 3 of those is 8-8 record. Only 1 time is anybody. Is that right? I don't think I see anybody as a 7 seed. There's not one team that would be under 500 that would have made it. There's an argument there.
Well, tell me, did Dallas make it last year?
No, Dallas would not have made it.
That's BS.
Because they don't have Brady
The Bears would have made it in 2011 and 2012 as the number 7 seed. Let's see. The Steelers, I just said that 4 times. Titans would have made it 2. That's the most out of there. You're looking at a Ravens in 2017, Jets in 2015, Texans in 2014, Chargers 2010. Last year, the Rams would have made it. I already mentioned that. The Vikings would have been the 7 in 2018. The Detroit Lions in 2017. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 16. Atlanta Falcons 2015. Eagles 2014. Arizona Cardinals in 2013. Like I said, Bears back-to-back years 12 and 11. New York Giants 10 and 6. In 2010, they were 10 and 6. Not once are any of these teams under 500. If this were to happen in the last decade, the last 2 Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs and the Patriots, both number 2 seeds, would have had to play an additional game.
Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But
both would have had to play the Steelers.
I see both sides.
Wear and tear on these guys.
Yeah, they've got enough. They go through.
And you're
enough.
trying to tell me, you're pushing you're pushing the limits of these guys' body too much, and you're paying these contracts are outrageous already, and then you want them to get hurt. I don't know, man.
It's always a weird. It's a weird situation where we sit at now. 17 months doing this or whatever else, and every time you look at things, you have to look at a bigger picture. One more game, one more record being broken. Now are they Hall of Fame eligible? Are they worthy? These guys did it when there were 13 games. These guys did it when there were 14 games. These guys did it. They have the most wins in postseason. Yeah. Well, they didn't have. There was an expansion until 1990. Now this. Like, it always adds to the mix of your persuasive argument. We talk about that, Bomber, a lot. Like, your persuasive argument. You can always now just say, like, yeah, but when Joe Montana played, like,
What about isms? Yeah. Well, and you're going to have different sides with people that are in that position. You're going to be like, I don't want to play one more game. But then you're going to have people that are like, I want one more game because I want to,
the only people that
redemption.
want one more game is the ownership. Because if you think about this, they get that one more bunch of ticket sales. Mm-hmm. So revenue goes up there.
Redemption. They want that one more chance.
Yeah, that playoff team. That grants another team a playoff game.
Reportedly, the players are okay with the 17-game season as long as the league limits the number of training camp and regular season practices. But to your point, T-Roy, Jonathan Jones of CBSSports.com says he doesn't believe in fixing what isn't broken.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
You guys are.
I mean, you just
same page.
I mean, we've seen what happens when they limit the practice and all that. It comes out a little sloppy at the beginning of every year.
Mm-hmm. No,
I don't know.
It does. It will limit the NFL. The NFL, though, the quality's there. It doesn't matter.
This is what's going on. They have to be promoting this or pushing this out.
I don't care. Limit the amount of limit the preseason. Limit the amount of practice before the season. Hammer the under the first 2 weeks. Done. That's what you learn from this. Go to the casino. Put down under on a majority of the games, and you're going to walk away.
All right. What if you're not a gambling guy? What if you just want to watch good football? You're getting cheated.
It's an extra game to watch.
No, you're getting cheated because of
the devil's advocate
of the fact that it's crappy football at the beginning of the season.
So,
I don't know. I honestly don't care. It doesn't affect me or my life in one way or another.
I love football and I love watching football. You're going to give me an extra game, I'll watch the extra game. I'm not.
The extra game, that means extra practice.
It's not like I'm not going to watch it, but I just think
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
It goes against so many things that they're trying to do. And then at the same time, Jay, what else is going to be in the collective bargaining agreement? Are they throwing these things on for the players to be like, we're going to nix that, and that, and then the NFL is going to be like, well, if you guys are nixing that, then we really want this. Like, is there something else out there that they want that they're not, quote unquote, making a big deal about right now on this announced? Maybe it's not a change, maybe it's a nuance of some sort that's going to be there, and they're just throwing things on there for the players to cut so that the way they look like they're being agreeable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll throw this and out there. They'll cut that, and they'll cut that, and then we'll look like we're doing our job, and we're not trying to bully the players into doing something. But we do really want this.
Yeah, to make it seem like, hey, we've listened to the players, and this is what they want. So, but really, it's a negotiation in any way. Like, you guys have been saying this for years. You don't want to do preseason, but I think it will sacrifice play for the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
So go to the casino, bet the under. All right. Also in football, Tony Romo is this object of a bidding war between CBS and ESPN. We've talked about this before. He reportedly could become the highest paid sportscaster in history. A lot of money. ESPN's probably going to offer him a lot of money. CBS is probably going to match it. Dan Patrick, ESPN veteran, and he has his own show. He left the network in 2007. He said this about that, about Tony Romo, and get his advice. He's going to get paid. So now it's not about money, because whatever ESPN's going to offer, CBS can match that. If I'm Tony, this is Dan Patrick saying, if I'm Tony and I have something great with Jim Nantz, and I still get to play golf, I don't have to go on Get Up with Mike Greenberg. I don't have to do the Will Cain show in the afternoon. I basically get to do CBS main game, and I can go golf. He went on to say, ESPN, and I've told this to quite a few of these athletes who have become analysts, while it's great, understand you're going to be pulled quite a few ways. You're going to be doing radio shows, TV shows, and then you're going to do the Monday night game, and then you have to be available on Tuesday as well. There's a lot more involved when you take that role with ESPN because there's so many different entities to serve. To me, it's a no-brainer. If the money's going to be the same, no-brainer. It's suggested somewhere that he's going to be paid close to paying him $14 million annually. That's what ESPN is. One front office exec has leaked.
It's more
That
than he ever made
ESPN
as
can
a
be willing.
quarterback.
CBS's max offer is closer to $8 million.
That's it.
But if they match it, he's right. I mean, we've said that on the show before too. Just to create content. There are days out there when they're doing radio shows. They're in Bristol, Connecticut. They have guys walking all over that they can just pull them out of the hallways and just like, hey, give me 15 minutes of your time. Come talk about this possible collective bargaining agreement. And all of a sudden, Ryan Clark's there in a heartbeat. Whatever they need. And I never thought of it. You would think it's Monday Night Football, and you want to be on that big stage, but he's right. You just got to do that on Sundays. You got to do a little prep work Thursday, Friday, but you can go golfing in between. Doesn't sound like a bad gig. I know $6 million's more than $6 million a lot, but CBS is going to get up there.
Once you're making $1 million a year, Jay, what's the rest really matter?
Well, the more money you make, the more you spend.
I don't know. I'll let you know when I get there.
That was Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Well, the more we make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money.
Well, that's true. It's true.
It's fine.
I remember when I lived paycheck to paycheck, and I
once you make
lived
over
off
$1
of
million
ramen noodles.
a year, I think everybody can just.
You can live off the interest around here. You can live off the interest. It's $10,000 a month is the interest on $1 million in the bank. You can live off of that.
Yeah.
But when you live in California or you live, on the coast and you have Bentleys and Mercedes and $5 million homes, there's more expensive places to live in Texas.
Yeah, but there's it's not that high a cost of living in Texas.
No, it's lower than Illinois, like Chicago, and that's true.
Gas is cheap.
But the more you make, the more money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
More money, more
saying,
problems.
He's happy.
500 on the cover of Fortune.
He's gonna go for what makes him happy.
The Rosette.
His family's set already. His kids are set already.
Jay's rapping, everybody. This is amazing.
Mace, I'm none changed by my limp. Because he's got his wallet so big. That's why his limp changes.
I remember that.
Oh, boy.
I love me some Puff Daddy back in the day. I saw him in concert at the Mark.
The Mark?
Oh, yeah.
He's not Puff Daddy anymore.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Mace was there, too. The entire
Diddy.
I miss
family
Mace.
was
What
there.
happened? Is he still alive? What's
He
going on?
went religious.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then he
no.
came back.
I see them at concert. What was that, 99?
Him and Kanye.
98? Yeah.
Wow.
Drove down from Cedar Falls, saw that. Great
That's
concert.
worth it.
Yeah.
I would definitely pay to see that concert.
That was in my top 5. I think it might still be. That was a show.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet.
Someone wants the math on $1 million getting you $10,000 a month, Leah.
The interest on $1 million in the bank is almost $10,000 a month.
You sure?
Yes. If you're at 6% interest,
That's $6,000.
right? But you're gonna have.
Just saying.
Well, let's do the math here. Well, and I know this because I know somebody who's actually this is their retirement goal, and they're there. So.
All right, $1 million. I would say that you're probably not going to get more than right now. I don't think you're going to get more than 3%.
Right now?
If it's just in the bank.
Well, you got.
You could probably have it in some sort of Roth account of sorts that you
Absolutely.
can take a payment from.
Yep.
And maybe you can get.
Welcome to Mad Money, everybody.
Yeah. we used to have someone come and do this for us. I'm just saying you're going to have to get 10% to make $10,000.
Well, there's more into it. I don't know all the logistics about it, but I do know somebody very close to me who this is.
No, wait a minute. 1 million.
Their goal, and this is what they're going to live off of as retirement.
1%. 1 million.
You got to put in equity. You got to put in other income of other sources as well.
0.01. Well, you probably could. You have to get you have to get at least 1% interest.
See, told you. Boom.
That's what we get for second guessing her again.
See, I told you guys don't question me.
I'm not going to question every. Thanks a lot, Chopper. You got me yelled at.
All right.
I'm going to go to my Locust Lovis guide and see if I can find that, Chop.
All right, we got to take our second break of the hour. We'll be right back. Don't Hassle us for Local on ESPN 1170 AM. Maybe we'll play I Never when we come back.
Oh, snap.
Oh, Jesus, please.
It's sports related I Never, though. Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Then I don't want to do it then.
Yeah. I'm out.
All right. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa, Leah Bomber, and it's nestled right along the bank of our mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport with the awesome beer since 1990.
I love 1990 beer.
1992. The beer is like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and that so popular Cherry Bomb Blonde.
Yum.
Check out their Facebook page for all their food and drink specials, or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Right now, we're calling on bars and restaurants to get a hold of your local distributors and put some Front Street on your tap lines or in your coolers today. Remember, the restaurant is up and going strong once again at 208 East River Drive, or you can check out the tap room at the Freight House Complex.
Yes.
St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At Casey's, we're not just here for our town. We're here for our schools. Introducing new Casey's Rewards, the new rewards program from Casey's that lets you turn your purchases into donations to your school. Sign up in the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into school donations. Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. New Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
A tweeter writes in, well, that's nice. Le Batard just wrapped the segment praising the blatant cheating of Calipari at UMass and Memphis. It was magical, he said. Also, lots of love for Memphis now, defending their current rule breaking and embracing it. Great work, guys. Set the bar high for everyone.
Is that guy?
All right, listen here, Tucker Martin. The sport's being investigated with FBI wiretaps. There's testimony that the starter at Creighton cost you $100,000. Memphis got this Weissman kid cheap. They got him at a tenth of the price. Penny got him discounted. Like, what do you think you're watching? Quit trying to make it pure. It's not pure. Pure things are not FBI wiretap.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
New Year's is here, and so are New Year's resolutions. If you're bored with the same old gyms and workout routines, try a different, fresh way to get in shape with a membership to Tarpons Martial Arts Center. Try karate, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, or judo, all taught by certified black belt instructors. With flexible class schedules and 2 Quad City locations, it's very easy to start your path to learning a valuable skill set while you get in shape. Join now, and new students get a free uniform and official t-shirt online at tarponsdojo.com.
The Will Kane Show.
There's one town where the marriage is perfect for the Chargers. They should move to St. Louis. What do you think the analogy is? Would this be like somebody's husband leaving them for another man? Some gold chain dude in Los Angeles, right? In order to get him back, St. Louis starts dating that dude's sister. How does that work? No, wait, I got my genders mixed up. Okay, let me do this right. St. Louis is a woman. Her husband left for another lady, and that LA Rockets brother is available, and St. Louis picks him up. The Rams and the Chargers.
Which one is the man?
Hold on, I'm sorting this out.
But the Rams are actually going back with their ex.
All right, let me start this over again.
Then they went back to their ex. They got remarried.
New and improved ex.
I can't do it.
Nailing the analogy.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
The experts at Helitech know that a sinking foundation is a serious problem. Uneven floors, separated baseboards, windows, or doors that stick can all be signs of significant structural damage that needs to be addressed. Call the foundation repair experts at Helitech to get your free estimate today. If you don't address your foundation issues, they will lead to more serious issues, such as bowed walls, water damage, and even structural collapse. As your hometown foundation repair contractor for over 30 years, Helitech uses industry-leading solutions to repair your sinking foundation. Your home is the largest investment you will typically make. Who better to trust with your family's home than Helitech? They healed my home. They'll heal yours too. Helitech.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Sign up to be an ESPN insider, and you can win prizes every month from the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
right, we're back in the Hassle Castle. And I was doing some math off air.
No one cares.
So annual percentage rate, Leah, of 12% would equal that 1% a month to get you 10,000.
Nobody cares.
Just saying.
But nobody
APR.
cares about the APR. Seriously.
Just saying. Trying to help Chopper out, man. He wants to retire.
Nobody cares about that. If you are looking to place a wager on the Ohio State at Iowa game, which I'm assuming majority of us would be putting money on Iowa, just to give you an idea where the pros and the Joes are at. All right, the showdown is one of the biggest games of the night, considering that it features two ranked teams, and both of them have big dance aspirations. Ohio State is riding a 2-game win streak, most recently crushing Purdue 68-52 as 5.5-point favorites. However, the public, the Joes, see a short spread and is leaning with the higher-ranked team at home. That is Iowa. Iowa opened up as 2.5-point favorites. More than 2/3 of the bets are laying the points, yet we've seen this line remain at 2.5. Some books are juicing up Ohio State at plus 2.5, minus 115, signaling liability on the road dog and a possible drop down to 2. The Buckeyes do have value as a road conference dog and are also a top contrarian play of the day because it is the most heavily bet game. Ohio State enjoys an extra day of rest, having last played February 15th, while Iowa played February 16th. Ken Palm projects Iowa winning by 1 point. So the smart money right now is looking that it's leaning towards Ohio State and also targeting the under. The under has moved from 145 to 145.5. Ohio State is 16-9 to the under. Iowa is 15-10-1 to the under. Iowa hit the under last game. We talked about how they've kept opponents under the spread. Iowa does lead the Big Ten in scoring offense at 78.2, but the Buckeyes rank first in the Big Ten in scoring defense at 61.4 points per game. So, should be a fun game tonight. 6:01 tip-off tonight, Carver Hawkeye Arena. Not going up tonight, T-Roy, to cover this.
Okay.
Probably
credentialed for
I
it?
did get credentialed for it,
Oh, I
T-Roy.
didn't know. I didn't. God, dude.
I probably would have actually if DJ was playing, but he's dealing with his own things, which is fine. But instead of going out to the shake-off, the wife and some friends are going, so I'm going to stay home with the kids and watch the game.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's just on Sunday night I'm going to go
It's
up.
called parenting, Jay. You're doing a good job.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Top notch. I'm going to give me an award.
Yeah, you
tonight.
should get an award.
Yeah. I'll go up Sunday and watch Iowa versus Ohio State and Oklahoma State for wrestling. So that going on. Big weekend, obviously. We had the duels, state wrestling duels yesterday. North Scott beat Bettendorf in the first round of the Class 3A state duels. Assumption beat Osage in their first round in Class 2A. Both of the North Scott and Assumption lost in the semifinals to the number 1 seed. Assumption losing to West Delaware Manchester. North Scott losing to Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk went on to win the Class 3A title in duels, and West Delaware went on to win the Class 2A dual title. Assumption got 3rd in 2A. North Scott got 4th. Bettendorf got 5th. It is currently the traditional state tournaments going on right now. You can go to Track Wrestling to find out any updates. I don't have any. I haven't looked any up. I'll do all that fun stuff after the show to look at that. This weekend, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Bomber called a knockout by Fury before the 10th round. Are you excited for this at all, T-Roy?
No.
You're not. Is it just passed? The heavyweights, I mean...
We just haven't had a good heavyweight, how about this? We haven't had an exciting heavyweight. We've had good heavyweights. But really, I mean...
Who's exciting?
Who's the last exciting heavyweight we had?
Tyson.
Lennox Lewis.
I would say Lennox Lewis was probably the last exciting one, and he was British, so we didn't get so hyped up on him here.
British.
Exactly.
Okay.
Evander.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Evander and Foreman, that little thing.
Okay.
And then the end of the Tyson era.
They obviously last week was 30 years ago. Buster Douglas versus Tyson. I saw another thing yesterday that 30 years ago it was Darren Ravel. 30 years ago on Sports Illustrated, it says KO'd the Tyson. I still have that Sports Illustrated, by the way. I mean, I still have it. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I still have it. I know where it is and everything.
So we went through. We got We got spoiled a lot in the late 60s, 70s, and the 80s for the most part. I mean, the
But then
80s,
you had your middleweights too, which was insane.
well, the
because
80s
you
had
Sugar
outstanding
Ray,
middleweights.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You had
Tommy
Roberto,
Hearns,
yeah,
Your
Roberto
lightweights,
Duran.
featherweights.
The problem right
Oscar
now,
De La Hoya.
the thing that the thing that we can just rattle off names like that without looking at a piece of paper or anything, and now you're like,
I don't know who anybody is.
Wilder,
Right.
and you're reading it like, okay, it's Deontay, yeah, and you tell yourself in your head, you fact check like 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Deontay.
Well,
I'm pretty
boxing is dead, though.
Now you can say Deontay Wilder.
But think about this.
Fury's trying to bring him back, and I think he might be the guy.
You think so?
Even if Wilder beats him, I think part 3. I think there's going to be a big boxing match.
Where do I follow what you're saying, but think about what was going on in the 70s and 80s that necessarily you don't have now is
ABC Wild World of Sports.
Right. You could see a lot of these fights just on TV, no matter what.
Oh yeah, and I have to pay, and not just pay a lot for one fight.
Yeah.
What is it, like $80?
Well, it's probably at least 50 for your house,
See, that's a little extreme.
depending on what's going on. But
I don't know. They said boxing was dead, and it did. It kind of died out when Tyson and
Well,
Holyfield.
MMA has really taken the place of
Yeah.
what boxing has been.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason. But like I said, there just hasn't been an interesting heavyweight. And then like Super 70 Sports, Jay was tweeting out, when they say that the athletes now are better than they were 50 years ago. But he goes, when you look at boxing, he goes, I'll take the champ from 66 or 67 against any of the champs now.
The Super 70 Sports also tweets photos of the guys puffing on heaters, drinking High Life in the locker room, and saying like, "This kid GD
Anybody want a
MFR is the
peanut?
toughest guy ever. Fight me about it, But no, that was
Well, I'm just saying though. But if you look at Ali, I would take Ali in his prime against anyone.
Do you notice how the boxers back then, they had an extra layer of let's just say juicy on them, versus now they're Adonis, like they're chiseled.
A little more lean.
They're way more lean. Is that because nutrition and fitness has become?
I don't know. You look at Ali back in the day. He was pretty lean.
No, but he had that swimmer's
No.
body though, like that. He had beef, but he was still.
I hear what you're saying.
They're just different now.
Because when Rocky won the title, he wasn't all cut and everything. He had a little bit of a weight on him, and then
he got
cut. He got Rocky 3 he got a little cut, and then 4 he got really, really cut. So I do understand what your point, Bomber. Yeah,
they've come. It's just different now. Everything's different.
But yeah, the thing about Fury is his reach and everything, and he can move actually for a big guy. He can do the rope-a-dope thing. He can wear you out, and he's just got a long reach.
He got endurance.
Yeah. But like we said, he fired his coach and got someone who's more of a teach him how to knock guys out. He says he's going to knock him out, and you call a knockout.
I did.
You got to go to Elite Sportsbook and figure out what the lines are for that.
Let's do it.
Hey, on Tuesday we had Jake. T-Ray, will you look this up for me? Because I want to see if the lines moved at all. Tuesday we had Jake on, and he gave us the lines for the XFL games.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have them in front of you?
I do.
I want to know if any of them changed at all.
Right. Do you have them pulled up?
I do. I have the current
Okay.
lines right now. The first game on Saturday is the Roughnecks at the Vipers. What did he tell us they were?
-6.
Okay, that's moved to 6.5. So,
Okay.
and then Renegades at Seattle Dragons.
Renegades -4.5.
That's moved to 5. Trying to figure out. Do you have what I guessed those at?
Yes, I do.
What I have the Roughnecks at?
Roughnecks you had at -8.
See, trending in my direction. What did I have the Renegades at?
You had them at -4. So did I.
Okay. The Guardians at the Battlehawks.
Battlehawks -9.
And I had them at -8, right?
You had -6.5.
Ooh. Well, this is changing. It's moving to -9.5. That's too much. And then the DC Defenders at the Wildcats.
-8.
Still at -8. Okay. Now, has any over-under changed at all? I'm going to ask you.
All right.
The first game, the Roughnecks Vipers, it's currently at 44.5.
Well, it's 45, so it went down. 45.5.
Bet the over. Renegades and Dragons.
At 43.5.
Yep, stayed there. Battlehawks Guardians.
40.5.
40.5?
Yep.
Yeah, that stayed there. Bet the over.
And then the other game is 44.
Stayed there as well.
All right.
And I told you, yeah, and I said that one's going to be over as well. DC Defenders and Wildcats will be over as well. There'll be 3 overs this week.
We've got a little bit of movement then, but not a lot.
Yeah.
That Roughneck Viper game is the one that's moving the most.
Yeah, well, the thing is, because that's going to be the first one of the weekend, and then people are going to jump in and see where it's going from there. So, I mean, that's the way I would look at it. Tampa Bay's got their problems quarterback-wise, but it's got to regress to the means. You can't, because what is it now? The over-under on the games, the under is 6 and the over is 2? Yeah. But the 2 overs both have to deal with the Houston Roughnecks. So the fact that that's trending the opposite direction it's got to be because Tampa Bay just isn't getting their.
Hey, did you know that movie you just went to go see is already on Amazon Prime to rent?
What movie?
What movie?
The Knives one.
Oh yeah, but we saw it very, very late.
Okay.
Like it came out.
I just couldn't believe it was already on. Whatchamacallit?
Everything's on Amazon Prime first. Like, but you have to rent it. You have to pay
but
for it.
still.
Yeah. Yeah, we were late to that.
Did you ever see Lincoln Lawyer with Matthew
Yes,
McConaughey?
one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, I did. I don't remember it though.
That was me too. I didn't remember it. It has Ryan Felipe in it.
He was on my wall in high school.
Because of
why is it Ryan?
Cruel Intentions?
Yeah,
Yes.
that dude. Does Ryan Felipe have the most punchable face on the planet?
No, stop it.
Chuck Todd does.
Who's Chuck Todd?
He's the guy that hosts Meet the Press. He was a mediator last night on the Democratic
yeah, I know
debate.
what you're talking about.
He's got a comb over that's
Dude.
going from south to north.
Dude, Ryan Felipe, for whatever it is, his characters that he plays are always the smug little a-hole.
They're the douchey guys. But you know who's got the most punchable face is Game of Thrones. The inbred queen, that one, her
Yeah.
son, that dude.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Joffrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
hate him.
Joffrey, Jay-Z Hughes.
When he died, I was so happy. I've never celebrated anybody's death
throner with a
before.
boner. Right
Yeah.
there.
Could not stand him.
Yeah. I don't like that kid either, but
That's a punchable face, though.
I forget all their names. I never learned them in the first place.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track. There's so many.
I wasn't a Stark family fan though.
Repeat
What?
customers.
I'll tell you another time. They're the actual bad people in the show. The Starks are.
Well, same with Walking Dead. Everybody says that what's his face is the bad guy. Negan, he's not. He's doing the same thing Rick is.
Never saw a single episode. I've never seen a single episode of that.
Moving on.
I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
No, I've never seen that. I don't watch that rom-com crap.
I don't think that's a rom-com.
All that girly stuff. Just like The Bachelor. I don't watch that either.
Jay-Z
Good for
Hughes,
you.
Bachelor fan. What happened? Anything happened in Bachelor?
It's bad.
If there's
It's all
not
bad.
dragons and death and gore, I don't want anything to do with it.
All bad. Before Rosso joins us, talks to us about Iowa, the Iowa game tonight. We're less than a month away from NFL free agency, and this year's group is a very intriguing class. There are some big-name players that are headed for the open market. So let's just take a look. According to CBSSports.com, the top pending free agents are...
Tom Brady.
Ugh.
No, number one, Dak Prescott is the number one.
Ooh.
Not my favorite Dak, but okay.
All right. You mean to Dak.
Shepard. He's the better Dak.
Oh my goodness. Dak Shepard's a better
Why is
He is.
He's got a weird face.
He does, but he's hilarious.
His wife's hot as all.
She's
get out,
adorbs.
though.
Super
Adorbs.
She's
Adorbs.
She is. She's this tiny little squeaky thing. She's adorable.
Adorbs. Oh boy.
Loved her in Frozen.
You could see her face.
Number two.
Which one is she in Frozen?
She does the name for the
The voice.
She Anna?
Yeah, she's Anna.
Yeah. I like her in the Happy Place, or the what is it? The
Good Place.
The Good Place, yeah.
All right, number two is Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs defensive end.
He gone.
Only 26 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's leaving that team.
They can tag him though. They can franchise tag him.
Poking the bear over here.
Originally, when they wrote this, Drew Brees was their number 3, but obviously he announced that he's going to return for another season. They have not released any details on that yet that I am aware of. Number 4 is Tom Brady.
He's not number 4. I bet that
So
hurts
3
his
was
ego.
Breeze, now
Yeah.
it's not. But so 3's Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Bye.
Tomas.
You still think he's going to the Cowboys?
No, I do not.
No, I don't think he is. I never thought
I think
he
it was. I think it's just one of those things that's fun to stir
speculate,
up, and I think it's fun for ESPN to do because one, ESPN loves to talk about NFL, Tom Brady, and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
and
it all turns the knob.
Mm-hmm. This is an odd one, as number 5 according to Pete Prisco from CBSSports.com. AJ Green.
Ooh, you look like AJ Green. Girl, don't call here anymore. Oh, it's AC Green.
Is he still a big time receiver?
He was just hurt last year.
I know, but when healthy is what I'm saying.
I say so, especially if he's got the right quarterback throwing to him. Think about this. Stephon Diggs is leaving. By the way, where's Diggs at?
Did you see he wiped out all of his?
Yes.
He's just something else.
I'm just saying he's leaving. Did you see a stat? The one time last year when he got at least 10 targets, he had 7 receptions for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He's not on here, and I don't know why.
All right.
There's got to be
Something's
something.
going on.
I'll have to look up his contract.
I mean, watch those Patriots get like AJ Green and re-sign Brady, and then come back.
I think they're going to re-sign Brady. I've been saying I think they will.
Remember when we were talking at the beginning of last year when they were almost signing Antonio Brown, and we thought it was over? The Patriots were going to win it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember?
Just want to make sure
when I
everybody
said that? Remember?
Yeah. And really, they didn't really suck that much last year. They got beat.
Yeah.
They didn't suck.
But Tom Brady didn't want them to let him go, and they said he wanted him to weather the storm.
I know.
I'm telling you, he's not happy.
I know he's not happy, but maybe they make him happy with a little AJ
I've got
Green.
this theory about the Patriots, and hear me out about the Patriots and Tom Brady. More importantly, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Hear me out.
Okay.
I was listening to a podcast, The Rewatchables. It was about the Breakfast Club, right? Then there's a story that Molly Ringwald talks about that at one point, even though John Hughes looked at Molly Ringwald and he's like, when he saw just her headshot, he said, and this was for, I believe, Breakfast Club.
16 Candles.
He wrote 16 Candles because he saw her headshot. It was like his muse. It was for Breakfast Club that he saw her headshot. Okay. He looked at her headshot and said, I need to write a story about her. So then they did. Yes, it is a little creepy. Then she did Breakfast Club. Originally, she was supposed to be. Originally, she wanted to be Ali Sheedy's character, but we're not going to get into the deep end of this. At one point, and Molly Ringwald wrote years later, her and Anthony Michael Hall started dating. Now Anthony Michael Hall in 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, again under the John Hughes Brat Pack type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
John Hughes got upset that her and Anthony Michael Hall were dating, and no longer was their relationship there anymore. He no longer was having like roles for her. Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Right? Hear me out.
Okay.
Bill Belichick drafts Tom Brady. He sees Tom Brady's headshot.
He's John Hughes. He's Molly Ringwald. I got what you're saying.
Creates an offense based around him.
Yep.
Does all these things now.
Wow, that's pretty insightful.
Tom Brady is starting to date, and that's the rest of the people. Or Anthony Michael Hall. Belichick's going to be like, I don't want you back.
He's butthurt.
I don't know if Belichick wants him back. I've been sitting on this for at least 7 days.
Why your brain goes to some strange places, but I like it.
He's a dark guy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I've not brought this up till now. I've been sitting on this for 7 days.
Well, I'm more interested about the.
I'm saying Belichick doesn't want him back. Now he's like, listen, you're not gonna date. You're not. Hey, the whole we were on a break. We're just seeing each other. He's like, no. You're not you got curious.
Over.
You get curious.
She went with Anthony Michael Hall instead of Jake Ryan. Perfect.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, she's not hot. She couldn't get Jake Ryan.
She was too hot.
She was not. She makes my heart
We're
go.
talking about Tom Brady here. Whatever. So we're not discussing.
Dude, I love me some Molly Ringwald.
Nah, she's meh.
She wasn't meh.
She was meh.
Meh.
Sorry.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying.
Maybe Belichick says I can do this without you.
But
Jarrett
he can't.
Stidham is going to be my guy.
Oh, okay.
You heard that the Raiders are reportedly offering him 2 years, $30 million.
Who's that?
The Raiders for Tom Brady.
30?
Who are the Patriots going to get?
They might stick with Jarrett Stidham.
Who's that?
He's their backup. Okay. They might go for Teddy Two Gloves, which his camp thinks he's $30 million too. His camp is insane. And this whole what's the other one? Peyton, right?
No, Peyton.
No, the guy, the backup.
Rivers?
No, the backup for the Saints that everyone's in love with. That we're in love with for 3 days.
Taysom.
Yeah.
Taysom.
Yeah. Everyone that was excited about him for about 3 days. Anyway, I'm saying that Tom Brady might not have a chance to go back.
I think he
Who's
owns
after
Belichick.
AJ Green on your list?
Phillip Rivers.
P. Rivs.
Felipe Rivers.
I don't know where he's going to end up.
All right. And then who's next?
Amari Cooper.
Oh, it's got Cooper in the name. That's my boy. Blue.
All right. And then?
Chris Harris, cornerback for the Denver Broncos. He's 31 years old, but he's a cover player. He's got good value. He's not slowing down.
All right.
Shaquille Barrett, linebacker.
Shaq Barrett from the...
Yep. They're going to, obviously, Tampa Bay is probably going to put a franchise on him. He's the one that got traded from the Broncos, and then he went on to he led the NFL with 19.5 sacks.
19 and a half what?
Sacks.
There you go. Sounded funny.
Socks.
Hand me another seltzer.
Anybody else?
Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, outside linebackers. Seattle Seahawks got traded in the offseason.
Uh-oh.
And then Jameis is on the outside looking in.
All right, so let's go over this. We think Dak's definitely going back to Dallas.
Yep.
I think Amari's going back to Dallas.
I believe so. I agree.
They have the cap space. They're going to sign these two.
Yep. Well, why don't we take a break and do this, and we'll bring Rosso. He's sitting down, let him get settled.
Speculate with us.
Yeah, he can recklessly speculate where the top free agents are going to go. So let's take a break. Come back. We got Rosso in here. He looks like he's already ready to head to the big game tonight.
Hey, DeBomb.
Hey.
For nearly 12 years, Pints has been providing the Quad Cities with what?
Beer and fun.
That's right. Drinks and good times all around.
Got it.
Join him Monday through Friday for happy hour 3 to 6 and get some of that complimentary Vans pizza at 5 o'clock every Monday through Friday.
Amazing.
Stop in any day of the week and enjoy one of their daily specials. That's Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in
Davenport.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
If you want the freshest, most authentic old-fashioned Mexican food, you've got to go to Nolly's Kitchen. At Nolly's, they make everything from scratch daily and have some of the most unique menu items. Try their homemade guisado, garaches, and gorditas, or just enjoy the best tacos and burritos in the Quad Cities. Check out Nolly's Express menu and get your food in 15 minutes or less. Order online and have Nolly's delivered to your home or business today. Nolly's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham Division, Davenport.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
A tweeter writes in, well, that's nice. Le Batard just wrapped the segment praising the blatant cheating of Calipari at UMass and Memphis. It was magical, he said. Also, lots of love for Memphis now, defending their current rule breaking and embracing it. Great work, guys. Set the bar high for everyone.
Is that guy?
All right, listen here, Tucker Martin. The sport's being investigated with FBI wiretaps. There's testimony that the starter at Creighton cost you $100,000. Memphis got this Weissman kid cheap. They got him at 1/10 of the price. Penny got him discounted. Like, what do you think you're watching? Quit trying to make it pure. It's not pure. Pure things are not FBI wiretap.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, dented siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
The Will Kane Show.
There's one town where the marriage is perfect for the Chargers. They should move to St. Louis. What do you think the analogy is? Would this be like somebody's husband leaving them for another man? Some gold chain dude in Los Angeles, right? In order to get him back, St. Louis starts dating that dude's sister. How does that work? No, wait, I got my genders mixed up. Okay, let me do this right. St. Louis is a woman. Her husband left for another lady, and that LA Rockets brother is available, and St. Louis picks him up. The Rams and the Chargers.
Which one is the man?
Hold on, I'm sorting this out.
But the Rams are actually going back with their ex.
All right, let me start this over again.
Then they went back to their ex. They got remarried.
New and improved ex.
I can't do it.
Nailing the analogy.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
PMS hotline.
I'm hiding in the closet. I'm really frightened. I didn't know who else to call.
It's all right, sir. Now tell me, what's the matter?
Well, it's my wife. She's in this mood.
Was it a grouchy mood, sad mood, moody mood? Sir, please describe the mood.
Well, kind of like all three.
You didn't tell her she was fat, did you?
Geez, I'm not that stupid. See, I was test riding a new Suzuki Intruder from Brenning's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf. Well, I guess I just forgot her birthday was today, and she started yelling at me.
Go on.
So I told her that I was buying it for her.
First, you need to reassure her and tell her that you love her and that riding a Suzuki motorcycle helps to ease cramps and bloating.
Cramps and Hey, is this the pre-motorcycle syndrome hotline?
No, sir. This is the other PMS hotline.
Oh, no, she found me. Gotta go. Maybe I'll be calling you in 28 days.
Come test drive one today. Brenny's, 4426 State Street in Bettendorf, across from Alcoa. Almost.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunrice Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle, It's a Local on AM 1170. Got our boy Adam Rosso in the house, along with Bomber and Jaybird and T-Roy.
The author of the Reckless Speculation.
Yes.
And that's what Thursday's for, right?
That's right. So
Reckless,
right before you
recklessly
came in,
speculate.
brother, we were talking about the top free agents. We had them written down as
Just
Dak.
the top 10.
Yeah, we took one out. We took Breeze out since we know for sure he's going
So then we
back.
add Jameson.
So we'll add Jameis. All right.
What about I'm pretty sure just saw before I left, Everson Griffin's opted out of his contract with the Vikes, so he will be a free agent. I don't know if he's the top 10, but obviously
Okay.
a pass rusher.
Well, that brings me another question before we get going. What did you hear about Stephon Diggs?
Well, he's just kind of right? He's like scrubbing social media or doing whatever, but I think he likes the drama.
He does.
I don't know that. I mean, he's under contract. Him and Thielen both, right? So, like, they would have to move him. It's not like he can.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. That's weird.
And I don't know, like. I don't know. I feel like him by himself, like, if he goes to a bad team with not another good receiver, like, I think his value is severely depressed. Like, I think him and Thielen have a good thing going.
Yeah.
You got a decent quarterback. I mean,
I'm hooked on a Thielen.
You know, so I think.
Hooked on a Thielen. I see. What
I think he likes the drama. I really do. I think that's part of it. I mean,
I think he does too.
So I don't know. It doesn't. Other than a couple sideline blowups, I haven't. You know, when he followed some of the Twin Cities media, I haven't seen anything that he's a locker room problem.
Right.
Obviously, he wants the football. So when he wasn't getting it there mid-season, he blew up. But I mean, that happens pretty much annually with pick a receiver, and who hasn't blown up a top receiver. So I don't know. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if the Vikes don't try to sign Griffin, just because like this is kind of the make or break year, right? You got everything go. Like you got a decision on Cousins. Your defense is getting older. You're gonna have to have a couple more decisions on the defensive side of the ball in terms of who to sign. You got to pay, Kendricks, Hunter, you get those guys. So I don't know. We'll see. But who's the top free agent? I mean, is anybody thinking Tom's really not going to stay? I don't know.
Well, this is how
I said he's gonna stay.
The list they had is how they listed it.
I think it's
It was Dak Prescott, then Chris Jones, then Brady, then A.J. Green, Phillip Rivers, Amari Cooper, Chris Harris, Shaq Barrett, Javian Clowney, and Jameis Winston.
This is according to Pete Prisco from CBS Sports.
I mean, Chris Jones was great in the playoffs. Like, he was fantastic for Kansas City. So,
But I think they
They'll
franchise
him.
You think?
I think
Okay.
he goes back.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I think Dallas signs Dak and Amari. They have the room to sign them both.
I think
but
so,
that
too.
means they're going to have to get rid of Byron Jones more than likely. But they can
Sure.
draft a really good corner from, I believe, I was looking it up, the guy that had it.
T-Roy's working on his.
Wow, you're getting there early.
manifesto.
I was looking at some other stuff. There's a
An
corner
APRs.
out of I think it was LSU or Bama, and this guy is a converted wide receiver. He's got the length, and they say his He's already good, but his upside, his ceiling hasn't even been touched yet.
I want to go back to Diggs real quick. What is the story? He's not a free agent. What does he want? Does he want to be released?
Oh, they signed him 2 years ago, I think, didn't they? And then they signed Thielen.
Well, he's not listed to a free agent.
No,
so
he's definitely not. I mean, it's just...
It's the drama, isn't it? Or just now, like, release me, or I don't want to be, like... There's a lady present in the room, but I really feel like this is more of like a girl thing to do to erase anything from Instagram or to unfollow. Like, I don't think, well, we're a little bit older, so social media isn't anything where it's like, oh, they don't follow us, I don't care. But isn't this really
I don't think it's a lady thing. I think it's a juvenile thing. Because trust me, I've seen a lot more men get butthurt on social media than I have females.
Whoa.
There you go.
What's wrong with my butt, sister? Quit looking at it.
Just saying.
Well, Jim is saying on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, Jim Mills, and it's a good question, all right? It says, with the Raiders not bringing back both backups, as a report this morning, do you think they are going to trade up for a QB and keep Carr? Salary cap-wise, Jim believes that it's a better move, and then they can get aggressive for Diggs to give them a wide receiver 1. Now, I do believe that they should trade up for a quarterback if they think Carr's in the last year of his contract.
Yeah, I don't think him and Gruden ever...
No.
I don't think they love each other. Let's put it that way. Gruden seems like the type of guy that he wants a quarterback that they're going to be in there at all hours. They're going to be symbiotic relationship,
so is
right?
That
I don't think
2
that's...
years for $30 million report that they gave for Brady?
I just don't know why Tom would go there.
For $30 million.
He doesn't care about the money. He never has. He's restructured his contract to stay in New England, if anything. So if Tom goes anywhere, I still say... I think I said this to Vasco, maybe not on the air though. I still say it would be Indy. He thinks Colts? I think Vasco thought Tennessee because of the Vrabel connection. I still think Indy's the most ready to win. I mean,
we said that last.
Yeah, they're in the top. They're in our top.
So if he goes anywhere, I think Frank Reich's a good coach. Mm-hmm. He's got a good offensive line. You got T.Y. Hilton still to throw to. That to me is a more logical place. I guess Tennessee'd be up there, but I don't know. Tennessee, like, to me, they're not any different. They're kind of a similar roster to New England, but just with a better offensive line.
I think Chargers are up there.
Do you want to play in the AFC West though? If you're Tom, do you want to have to play Kansas City twice? You want to have to play Vic Fangio defense twice? I mean,
complete control. Anthony Lynn's gonna go. Okay, Tom. Okay.
I think
I want him to play Kansas City twice.
I don't think he wants to. I would be shocked if he doesn't stay in New England.
I think you're right. I agree.
But we'll see. I mean, I think the Rivers to me kind of holds the keys to a lot of this quarterback stuff. Like I think he's got maybe 2 or 3 teams you got to factor in. Probably Tampa.
Yeah.
Probably Indy.
Yeah.
Maybe Tennessee. I mean, where else? He's not going to like a Dolphins type team. He's not going to Carolina. Carolina's probably going to go full rebuild if they don't keep Cam.
He's going to move to some suburb, and they're going to have to move to a different class in sports with his team when his family moves in there. All of a sudden, they go from a 2A sports team to a 4A in Indiana.
But he kind of holds the keys because I think one of those teams that thinks they're built to win is going to go after him. And then...
Colts are in a good shape.
I think you got kind of the... Not sure if they're starters, not sure if they're backups after that, right? After those two, like, is Jameis going to be a starter in the NFL? You look at a guy like Mariota, you look at even like Tannehill's not signed, Teddy, are all those guys? I mean, is any team built to win now going to take a chance on one of those guys? Mm-hmm. Like after Rivers, basically. Yeah, I don't know, but that's kind of the interesting thing. But I don't know. As far as the Raiders, to circle back and answer that, yeah, they need a quarterback. The question for me is, it seems like just in that first draft with Mayock and Gruden, they're going to kind of do it their way, and they're not. I don't think they're rushing into anything. Like I think they're building for, if not next year, then maybe beyond. So it makes sense to get a quarterback and not play him and start Carr, if you think you want the guy. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think they're going to trade up to 1 or 2 and take 2 or Burrow. But maybe you like the Eason kid. Maybe you like Jordan Love. Maybe, they got picks. Or do they have their eye on Trevor Lawrence and say, hey, we need more picks. We need more picks to load up for next year. Let's see where we get. Let's build our roster this year again. let's get a couple more picks, and then hey, let's go all in for Trevor Lawrence at number one.
No matter what product you put out, you're going to sell out every game. In
Yeah,
Las
it doesn't
Vegas
matter. I mean, this year's whatever. But like, if they really want to build a roster, and then they love Trevor Lawrence, like that to me is more of a Gruden move to just say, you know what, we're going to go for it next year. We don't whatever this year. We'll roll with Carr. If we make the playoffs, fine. If not, we're going to go all in, a couple first-round picks, and we're going straight to number one to get Lawrence. That's a more of a Gruden-type move.
What do you think about the A.J. Green thing?
He's been injured like every other week here. I don't know how he's. What was he ranked there? What was he ranked there?
He's at 4.
He was the number 5.
5.
Top free agent according to Pete Prisco.
Boy, that's.
Right.
Is he still that big of a
so
playmaker?
He's the same age as Julio Jones.
I was going to say, so he's what, 31-ish, right? 30. Is he right around 30?
Probably 29, 30.
So Julio was
shelf life
who was a
left.
freshman in 08. Yeah, so Julio was 18. So 30, 31?
Yeah, him and Julio, same draft class.
Both top 10, right?
Oh yeah.
I
mean, do you see what I'm looking at this saying? All right, if the Patriots do keep Brady, they have to bring in some weapons.
That's a good point. That's where they have to go. 100%.
And then that would be, to me, A.J. Green has to become a Patriot for them to keep Brady.
Mm-hmm.
You got him lined up with that.
Because you have to say we're bringing in
That's going to make the
weapons.
difference. That's going to make the difference.
Does he fit his type of style? Big, outside receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a stretch of field guy as much anymore. Does he fit their scheme? They tend to not, other than the couple years they had Moss, have big bodied guys that go up top. You know, it's a lot of like obviously Edelman underneath, but you know, even if you look at a guy like Deion Branch, he was a smaller guy, like obviously had speed, but he's not like the big body 6'5", whatever AJ Green is, or even Julio. Like, yeah, they take him, but I just they're very scheme specific. You see it in the guys. I mean, look at the tight ends. Look at obviously go from Welker to Edelman. Like they're very scheme specific. They have been for a while. I don't know if AJ Green fits that, especially at 31 or however old he is.
I'll have to look it up. Jay,
Stats.
I'll do it. Wow, you keep talking.
You know, and they drafted N'Keal Harry last year, and he didn't really do anything, right?
No,
So I don't.
They have not drafted well in like the last 5 drafts. The Patriots have not. I'm telling you, Belichick's losing his muse.
Yeah, his Molly Ringwald. He gone.
I think maybe they
31.
Yeah, they still need a tight end.
6'4".
They need a tight end.
I mean, tight end would help if they give me. You know, this kid from Purdue is pretty good. I'm trying to think who the other top rated
6'4", what?
tight ends are. Like
6'4".
That's maybe to me
small.
more where they
4,
go.
540.
540 pounds? What'd you say?
He runs a 4, 540.
I thought
okay.
that so far the best move of the offseason so far, and this is interesting why the Patriots, I thought Greg Olsen signing by Seattle, 1-year deal, very low risk. I mean, that to me, there's no downside. That's a Patriots type move. I was surprised they weren't in on Greg Olsen a little more just because what do you got to lose? Like, yeah, he's been banged up too, but hey, 1 year you can roll with it. That's a guy that's a difference maker in offenses.
4th overall selection, by the way, in 2011.
And Julio was 3rd. They go back to back.
I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
Well, I thought the Greg Olsen signing was a good signing by them. I was surprised. He has been doing a very good job for the XFL. Have you been following it all, Rosso?
I've not watched a snap nor
care to.
I just saw Trustman's 0-2.
He is. It's not good.
And I mean,
he's got receivers that can't. He's on his 3rd quarterback, and he's got receivers that can't catch down there in Tampa Bay.
No, I haven't. I was gonna watch the first weekend. I think I got the flu, so I was just out of commission. Right. And then I just, it's a weird time of year because like I feel like in a weird way the best time to have this type of league would be like June, July, and August. Like right now, this is kind of when I start watching the NBA a little more. Obviously, I'm immersed in college basketball, college wrestling. You got high school stuff. Like this time of year to me is a weird time because I'm like, I don't. If there's stuff on the weekend, I'm gonna watch Maryland, Michigan State over XFL football. Like and I feel like when you get into where it's basically just the last couple rounds of NBA and NFL play or NBA and NHL playoffs plus MLB. Yeah, I got time to throw on a football game in late June for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Maybe I'm overestimating my
I don't know.
my man of the people, my
I know a
populist
lot of
nature.
wives feel that way because it's like, whew, football's over. No, it's not.
But like, I don't know.
JK.
Like, I'm not right.
Psych.
I don't know. Have you guys been getting into it? I just feel like the timing. That to me is just as hard as like I know the product's different and it's not going to be NFL football. I think there's a niche to be had here, but I just think the timing. They've struggled with when to launch this stuff and how to like. I don't know.
Yeah, people are still reeling from the Super Bowl, and then it's like, bam, right into the exit.
Are you guys right on this? Like, if you're,
I
like,
agree
I
with
never
that.
follow the NHL or NBA until at least the first of the year, and now it's like, hey.
Well, what you're saying has tons of merit because think of this. I mean, Leah, traditions, right?
Agreed.
When do you play football? In the fall.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
It's a fall sport.
And everybody's got their routines. Sports fans have their routines.
Yeah, if you want to, if you got the cojones, XFL, start the league in August.
That's not what this is for, though.
I'm just saying.
They're looking at that, 40 million people in a survey said that they would like more football. That's what they're doing.
They didn't say when, though.
Yeah.
They're not going head to head. They're trying to create something. It's almost like another World League. They
still could have done it a little later, though.
It's not the XFL that you're thinking of 20 years ago. It's not Vince McMahon going, "We're coming at you," and this is, it's not. It's not that way.
Do your Vince McMahon voice.
It was not good. I'm not doing it.
One more
I'm
time.
not doing it again. No.
Please,
no,
encore.
I'm not going to do it.
Hi, I'm Dad.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. But
Hi, I'm
no,
Dad.
I get your point, and I watched every game the first week. Didn't watch every game the second week, but I caught some of on Saturday, and it was not very good. Sunday was much better, but there's all these weekends also, like you said, state wrestling tournaments this weekend. I'll be watching that. I'll be following that. Both kids have sports that they're doing. I don't have 2 weeks ago, for some reason, it was a perfect storm where I could watch all 4 games. And that's the other thing. There's only 4 games. I didn't have to worry about going to YouTube on Monday morning and watch a condensed version within 8 to 11 minutes of a game or hearing anything else. I can make my own opinion over everything, and that's why now I'm the Schefter of the XFL.
But like this is like what T-Roy just talked about when we started this block. Like T-Roy goes, they're gonna have to let Byron Jones go, but there's a guy from LSU or Alabama that I think would a good fit. They think he's a good guy. That's what football fans are doing.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
they're
that's
not
true.
saying on Saturday, man, we could sign this guy and he'd be the third stringer in the practice squad guy like that. Like everybody
That's
right
really
now,
true.
we're talking about Werf software. We're looking at prospects. Where are some of these Iowa guys going? Where's is Burrow gonna try to flex his muscle? That's what people talk about. It's why the NFL. It's annoying. Don't get me wrong. Like the NFL news cycle is painful, but that's what people are doing right now. That's why it's been hard to start another professional football league because it's 24/7, 365. Like now we're talking about expanding the playoffs. Now we're talking about only one first round bye. That's in the news cycle. Next week you're gonna have these meetings. Your combine's gonna come out. Somebody's gonna ask a bad question, or somebody's gonna take a dive. Somebody's gonna have bad meetings. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna talk about the.
You're right.
The St. Louis
That's too
Battlehawks.
much.
Like
You're right.
we're just not.
But what you should be doing is if you have someone like Lamar Jackson who had a phenomenal year, you need to find someone like a PJ. You need to be looking at PJ Walker or Jordan Teamu and look at him to sign him to your practice squad. Period. Someone who can run and throw. That's what
Yeah,
you
the
need
kid
to
from
do.
Mississippi. How you say his last name? Teamu.
Yeah,
He's intriguing. Like guys like that. Like like I don't.
You can
care.
call him the throwing Simone. We all do.
I don't
That's
care.
XFL
I don't
fans.
care what Matt McGloin says at halftime. I saw. You know what I mean? Like old Penn State retread.
Well,
like whatever.
Yeah, that was I don't want him on my sideline. That's the type of thing you don't get drafted on. That's not leadership. But that was going into Monday morning. Your get up on ESPN. There was a stopgap where we can't talk about who got robbed in the dunk contest or whatever else. So those are the things that were thrown in there on Monday morning. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll talk Iowa Hawkeyes and more with Rosso. Yeah, that's you.
All right, guys. Harrington Pub is the Quad Cities Irish Pub. Blah, blah, blah. I can't even say it. Premier Quad City Irish Pub.
Yes.
Come sober any day of the week at Harrington's. Enjoy the best specials around Monday through Friday. 2 to 6 is happy hour with $2.50 domestic Wells bottles and drafts. Today is Thursday Bombs.
Yes.
$3.50 craft bottles and cans.
Yum.
Can't beat
Cans
that.
are my favorite.
Harrington's Pub, putting the H in the hangover since 2005. All right, here we go.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Precision Air team's starting lineup. First, let's welcome the masters of comfort and efficiency, your residential and commercial heating and AC service team. Next up, put your hands together for the All-Star Furnace and AC installation team, the trained dealer comfort specialist. And finally, your Quad Cities geothermal specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Precision Air starting lineup. Financing available online at PrecisionAirQC.com. Precision Air. We'll be right there.
The 2020 RV Camping and Travel Show cruises into the QCCA Expo Center this weekend with brand new RVs, trucks, campers, trailers, motorhomes, parts, and accessories. Everything you need for your camping adventure. Come on out and get an inside look at dozens of RVs and campers all under one roof. Back for another year is the Jumping Joey's Kid Zone. And Mr. Barbecue will be demonstrating some great cooking. There's also great food and free parking. It's all at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Friday, February 21st, noon to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday the 23rd, 10 to 4. Adults are just $8, kids 6 to 16, $1, and under 6 are free. Friday is Senior Day and Military Day. Just $6 at the door all day. Discount advance tickets are available online at QCCAExpoCenter.com. No matter how you choose to sleep under the stars, you'll find it and more this weekend at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Discover how awesome life on the road and in the open great outdoors can be. For more information, visit QCCAExpoCenter.com.
The Circle Tap is your place for daily specials all week long. Start the week off with $3 whiskeys on Monday. Tuesday's Ladies Night with $3 You Call It and over $300 in weekly prizes. Kick back with dollar drafts on Wednesday, $6 mini import pitchers on Thursday, $6 domestic pitchers on Saturdays, and $2 cans on Sunday. Mark your calendars for St. Patrick's Day and Circle Tap's 4-day Irish Blowout. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends all week long at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Whatever bridge you get stuck on, stick with us. The Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle. Brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170.
Adam Ross is in studio from WHBF TV and Hawkeye headquarters. He's heading up to the game tonight at Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's going to be Iowa versus Ohio State. The line going into earlier right now, Iowa was -2.5. The only movement really has been on the juice, meaning that it's gone. If you take Ohio State, it's moved to -115. The under has dropped a little bit from 145 to 144.5, showing a sharp move, betting the under, and a freeze on the line also that the sharps are taking. Even though 2/3 of the bets are coming in from the Joes at Iowa, it has stayed there frozen, meaning that the pros are coming in on Ohio State. What about the game tonight? Give me some storylines.
Yeah, you're talking about the under. I'd be surprised if this gets too far into the 70s. I don't know if either team gets to 75. I think Iowa has shown without Frederick that they're willing to play a little more defensive game, that they're willing to slow it down, slow the tempo. You saw it on Sunday against Minnesota. Defensive game plan was great against Oturu. They have 3 bigs on the floor at one time. Well, if you play Pemsel, Kriener, and Garza, you're not going to be able to push the tempo. You're going to play a half-court game. It was fine. It was good against them. I don't know if they'll do a similar thing against Caleb Weston. I don't think Oturu and Weston are similar players. But I just think if Frederick doesn't go, Fran says he's a game-time decision. I'd be surprised if he plays. I think they'll give him till Tuesday. They need him a lot more at Michigan State and then down the stretch than they do tonight. I think part of it is he might want to play because Ohio State's not too far from where he grew up, in the Cincinnati area. But if they are without him, I think the pace slows. So yeah, then whatever that number is, I'd be surprised if both teams get in the 70s. That being said, Ohio State's playing some pretty good basketball, and we saw them early in the season kind of go gangbusters.
Yes.
Then they had that lull. And now lately, I think they've won 5-6 or 4-5, whatever it is. They had a bad performance at Wisconsin last weekend. But other than that, they've been playing pretty good basketball.
Yeah, they won 5 straight.
Yeah. It's an interesting game. I think this one, obviously could go either way. I think Iowa's got to shoot better. They played better on the perimeter at home. we saw it at Nebraska. We saw it a little bit the other day. They didn't shoot the ball very well. Joe Wieskamp didn't have a good game. I think Holtman and that staff is gonna make them beat them from the perimeter. They're gonna make guys like Toussaint, Connor McCaffrey, even Joe. They're gonna make them shoot the basketball because Garza's gonna get his regardless. I think they're fine with Garza going for 25 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think you got to have somebody compliment him. How they won that game the other night without Wieskamp scoring 2 points, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Joe was not very good. He said it yesterday. I'll have something from him tonight on the early news. Like he was getting grabbed, he was getting pulled, he knew that, but he never got in a rhythm. And I think that could be similar to what they do tonight against Joe. So that's to me kind of the matchup to watch is if Frederick doesn't play, you got to see how Ohio State defends Wieskamp. And then how guys like Connor McCaffrey, Toussaint, even Bakari Evelyn, even Kriener, how those guys, the role players, step up offensively.
Well, you did a piece about how it's getting a little thin, the roster.
Yeah, and I mean, the two guys, I don't know if I have which notebook I have here. I do have it. So without CJ, the 3 full games that the Hawkeyes have played without CJ, not including the 2 he left when he was injured, Kriener's minutes have gone from 15 a game to 28 a game. So that's 13 more minutes a game. Bakari Evelyn's have gone from about 16 to about 24, 25. So that's 9 more minutes a game. I mean, those are the 2 guys picking up the slack for Frederick's 30 minutes, basically. I mean, obviously they played Riley Till a little bit. Pemsel's seen some time. But it's really been those 2, and they're 2 veteran guys, and that was kind of the crux of the story. 2 veteran guys, 2 guys that can play multiple positions. Like Kriener can bump around 3, 4, and 5. Evelyn can play 1, 2, or 3. Connor's been really versatile in that role, being able to play multiple positions, guard some big guys. So it's kind of a patchwork thing. But like I said before, I'd be shocked if CJ plays just because, they need him full go starting, March 8th at the Big Ten tournament all the way through March Madness. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't have a great take on this one. I really think this one could go either way because I don't know if I was going to get enough perimeter scoring. That's the main thing to me. If Joe has 2 points, they're not going to win this game.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I just feel like there's way too many. Right now, looking back on it, there are not way too many, but multiple games where Joe has had a lull, and you've got to be more consistent.
Well, I mean, what was the other game where he was single digits early in the season? Was it?
No, there's DePaul, wasn't it?
There was another conference game. Might have been Michigan. Might have been. It was an early.
The loss to Michigan, the 91 to 103.
One of those, he only had 7 points, maybe.
Okay.
But it's interesting because talking to him now, I can't remember, but they, meaning the coaches and Joe, sat down and watched the film, and he said, "Yeah, I was opening things up for other guys, but at a certain point, I got to get to the rack and get to the foul line, or I gotta be able to get my shot off in traffic. That type of stuff. I got to be able to swat their hands away and get open. I got to set up my cuts better to get the ball. So there's certain, maybe some finer points that he's going to have to correct. That being said, they still won at Minnesota. They still won a road game. They found a way to do it, and we've been saying it all year. This team has found ways to get it done. So, I'm fully expecting a 2-possession or less game. I think it's going to be tight. Ohio State's pretty good defensively, so this should lend itself. It might be similar to the Wisconsin and Illinois games where there wasn't much separation on either side the whole time, and I was just going to have to make some shots down the stretch to pull it out.
I think it was the Michigan game at home, and then he turned around and had a good game against Rutgers because I remember the press conference, Fran mentioned something like that about how he's just a gamer and gets after it. But, yeah.
What do you think, Troy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He lost me at rhythm and role play. I've been gone ever since. What do you think?
I think Iowa's going to win this game easily. It's just one of those games where you can't explain it, and they're just going to come out and blow them out.
Well, when we were here last week, we talked about how they needed 2 out of 3 on the road, and
they got 1.
They lost Indiana. They beat Minnesota out of
I said they needed at least 1 more road win.
Okay.
I think, and then left now, I think we have road game at Illinois and at Michigan State, correct?
There you go, yep.
Those are the 2 left.
Yep.
I think you can get one of those as well.
It's going to be tough. Both of them are going to be tough.
I think they'll get both.
Wow.
I like Leo.
Bomber, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I like to put my neck out there, right, guys?
Yeah, that's right.
If you're gonna gamble, go all in.
That's right.
And the home games, I think they sweep the. I like I said, I think they we got
went out
Ohio
against
State, and then who else?
Penn State and Purdue.
State and Purdue.
Yeah.
They owe Purdue one. Penn State's going to be tough though. Penn State's been playing really good on the road.
I think what you're saying there, that's a guaranteed double bye. I mean, if they go 4-1 in the final 5, they're guaranteed a top 4. Like that would put them at 13-7 in the conference. I don't think there's going to be more than 2 teams better than that. So
right,
that's a guaranteed double bye for the Big Ten tournament. I think they got to have Frederick, especially for those road games. Like if he doesn't play at Michigan State, you can almost rule that one out. They don't have enough. They don't have enough firepower on the road to be able to weather any type of storm. I think at Illinois, like they match up with them okay. But I'll tell you what, the Illini, like I was telling somebody, maybe I was talking to Bobby at the gym. Bobby and I were getting swole at the gym the other day together.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Illinois, like when you look at them, they got 2 professional players, like 2 guys that are going to get drafted if they leave this year, plus some pretty good role players. Like,
see, there's that role play again.
Just a regular old Thursday afternoon for you. So I think Illinois is really.
Are you looking for a job, Leah?
Finger guns.
Illinois is interesting to me. Like Illinois, like I could see Illinois making some noise with the right matchups, either in the Big Ten tournament or in the NCAA tournament. Like you need those guys like that.
No, I think
right?
Illinois, they're going to the tournament, and they do have the squad. They have a good squad.
I mean, you're talking about Georgi Bishanishvili last year. Everybody thought, hey, this is a potential All Big Ten player. He's like their 5th option offensively, right? Like they're doing some things, and like that win the other night at Penn State, that was pretty impressive. I know Penn State doesn't have the one shooter, but Penn State's never an easy place to play. They go in there. Dosumu comes back. He looks great.
I love that name too, Dosumu.
So I don't know. Illinois down the stretch will be interesting. Since I'm not going to be in studio next week. We got a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict the rest of the Big Ten. So what you guys think.
Let's
fire this baby off.
Do it.
Lay it on me.
So here's
Write
your
it
first
down
4
for me.
games on Wednesday. Your first 4 games Wednesday at the Big Ten tournament. Northwestern's going to be the 14th seed.
Okay.
Nebraska the 13th. Minnesota the 12th. Indiana the 11th. I don't think that's earth-shattering.
Slow
I think
that down
everybody's-
for T. Right. 14 is Northwestern. 13 is
Nebraska.
12 is
Gophers.
Okay.
10 or 11 Indiana. And Minnesota, we could talk all day. They got to fire Patino. I had buddies texting me left and right last night. Anyway. All right, 7 through actually, what would it be?
And give me 10.
5 through 10 actually, but the 10 seed, I'm going to have a 3-way tie for 8th. But we're going to go, the 10 seed is going to be Purdue. 9th, Rutgers. Rutgers is in some trouble here down the stretch. They got a tough schedule. They've only won 1 game away from the rack, and now they lost a home game to Michigan. So they need to pick one up here. Rutgers 9th, Ohio State I have 8th. That's the 3-way tie for 8th, but Ohio State's going to get the tiebreaker there. 7th, Wisconsin. 6th, Michigan, who's playing some good basketball. They're an interesting team to me as we get to March. 5th, I have Iowa, who's going to be in a 3-way tie for 3rd with Michigan State and Illinois, all at 12 and 8.
Oh.
So basically, what I'm envisioning is that final Sunday of the season is for the double bye, Iowa and Illinois. Like whoever wins that game gets the double bye, in my opinion.
Okay.
So that's for the 4th seed. Right now, I think I have Iowa at the 5 because if they lose to Michigan State and lose at Illinois, the tiebreakers would fall. I think they would be the 5th seed.
And that's where we had them at last week as well.
Yeah. Illinois, Michigan State then 4 and 3. Michigan State's beaten Illinois twice, so they would get the tiebreaker on those two. Penn State, I think that loss the other night like kind of soured me on them a little bit. Like they got to get that kid back, the shooter, one of their better shooters, Dredd, I think is his name, Miles Dredd. But
in
Maryland at 1. And Maryland, I'll tell you what, I've seen some bracketologists, some college basketball people say they're in contention for a number 1 seed. So I have them at 16 and 4 winning the conference. So I don't know what I think they only have 3 losses right now. So maybe they'll lose 1 more. I know they play Michigan and they play I want to say Ohio State or Penn State again. But
all right, you're going to be gone next week.
Indy, we can check in from the combine.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yay.
Perfect. All right, yeah, let's check in from the combine. All right, Russell, thank you so much for coming in. Bomber, tomorrow
Yes.
you're free.
Sure.
All right, love it. Maybe we'll play I Never tomorrow.
Oh,
T-Ray,
boy.
good seeing you, my friend.
Love
All right,
piece of chicken grease.
See you guys later. Have a house-free weekend. We're out.